My 7 evil sisters. Dong Chen obtained a sign-in system, and his first sign-in rewarded him with 7 stunningly beautiful sisters. These 7 sisters are not only wealthy women, but also doting siblings who are obsessed with pampering their younger brother. What's more, they all want to train Dong Chen into an outstanding man. 7th sister, only a man who loves money can thrive. 6th sister, a man with a soft heart will always be trampled on. 5th sister, a man who chases after love will never succeed. 4th sister, only a man with a ruthless heart can live freely. 3rd sister, a man must learn to be independent. Relying on anyone is worse than relying on yourself. 2nd sister, if you don't have money, it doesn't matter who you know. But when you have money, everyone will want to know you. Eldest sister, you must understand when the phoenix seeks high places, the butterfly comes to the flowers naturally. Chapter 1, Betrayal. Ding dong. Hello. Your delivery has arrived. Please open the door to collect your meal. Dong Chen pressed the doorbell of room 1314 and carefully held the spicy hot pot the customer had ordered. This was a high-end, couple-themed hotel. Those who rented rooms here were either married couples, lovers, or secret rendezvous partners. But when the door in front of him opened, Dong Chen's smile froze. He could never have imagined that the person opening the door would be his girlfriend, Hu Jingjing. Dong Chen stood there for a full 3 seconds, his smile turning into astonishment, followed by anger, and finally, his face turned a deep shade of purple. Hu Jingjing, what are you doing here? Dong Chen, what are you doing here? Dong Chen and Hu Jingjing spoke the same words almost simultaneously. Their expressions were identical, shock and disbelief, as though neither of them could have expected to meet in this situation. Soon, Dong Chen's gaze shifted past Hu Jingjing and directly behind her. His face went from purple to ashen. In the room, there was a large bathtub and a soft double bed. Dong Chen and Hu Jingjing had been to this type of hotel before. Dong Chen clearly remembered that on that occasion, Hu Jingjing had worn a sexy lace nightgown, revealing her long legs and ample figure for him to see. But that wasn't the issue. The issue was that at this very moment, in this very couple's room, on that very double bed, there was an old man lying shirtless. Whoosh! Dong Chen quickly averted his gaze from the room and looked back at Hu Jingjing. She was only wearing a bathrobe, her hair still wet, clearly just having taken a shower. What did this mean? Was the answer not obvious? I've been greened. Hu Jingjing, how dare you cheat on me behind my back? Dong Chen was furious. He threw the delivery bag to the ground and, staring at Hu Jingjing, demanded, why are you doing this to me? Do you want to know why? Hu Jingjing's expression suddenly shifted, and her eyes turned cold as she looked at Dong Chen. Tell me. Why are you doing this to me? Dong Chen clenched his teeth, his fists tight, unaware that his nails were digging into his palms. Why? Hey, ask your conscience. Can you give me the life I want? You're just a delivery driver. How much can you earn in a day? Can you buy me designer bags and cosmetics? Can you take me to high-end restaurants? Can you afford a luxury car and a villa? You can barely support yourself, so why should I suffer with you? Dong Chen, let us break up. It was like a thunderclap. Dong Chen could never have imagined that Hu Jingjing would say something like that. He remembered back when they first met in college. Hu Jingjing was beautiful, kind, and gentle, and she deeply attracted him. Dong Chen worked hard to win her over, and he finally succeeded in getting this beautiful girl to be his girlfriend. They once dreamed of building a happy life together through their efforts. They once promised each other that they would be together forever, never to part. They had fought before, but they always reconciled quickly, and continued to be sweet and loving. But now, Dong Chen could never have imagined that Hu Jingjing would betray him, and for such a ridiculous reason: money. Is money really that important? What kind of world is this? Women are so materialistic. Get out. Dong Chen was thrown out of the hotel by security. He didn't even have time to see the man's face before the security guards rushed in and threw him out. Bang! He hit the cold cement ground hard. At that moment, Dong Chen felt like the world was spinning around him, and everything in front of him gradually became blurry. Crash! Suddenly, rain began pouring from the sky, as if heaven itself was mocking Dong Chen, laughing at his misery, laughing at his humiliation. Dong Chen lay there, staring blankly at the torrential rain, and without realizing it, tears of humiliation streamed down his face once again. Boom! Suddenly, A loud thunderclap rang in Dong Chen's ears. Ding! Congratulations to their host, Dong Chen, for activating the sign-in system. Ding! The sign-in system allows their host to check in at any time and place. You may check in once per day, and each time will grant different rewards. Ding! Will their host, Dong Chen, proceed with today's checking? After the thunder, a series of electronic prompts sounded. Dong Chen, who was in despair, stared blankly, unable to comprehend what was happening. A sign-in system. Is this the legendary golden finger? Am I hallucinating? After a full minute of standing frozen, Dong Chen finally mustered the strength to shake himself out of his stupor. With 9 parts doubt and 1 part hope, he thought to himself, I want to sign in. Whoosh! A flash of white light appeared before his eyes. The next moment, another series of electronic prompts sounded in his ears. Ding! Congratulations to their host, Dong Chen, for successfully signing in for the first time. Ding! Congratulations to their host, Dong Chen, for receiving 7 wealthy sisters. Ding! System rewards are being distributed, please wait. After the last prompt, a strange memory suddenly flooded into Dong Chen's mind. Hiss! It hurts! His head throbbed painfully. Dong Chen couldn't help but clutch his head. The pain was so intense, it felt like someone was sawing through his brain, as if his entire skull might explode. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Fortunately, the pain subsided quickly, and after 3 seconds, Dong Chen gradually returned to normal. However, once he recovered, Dong Chen stood there in shock again, because the strange memory in his mind told him that he now had 7 rich sisters, each one a doting older sibling. Eldest sister. Second sister. Third sister. Fourth sister. Fifth sister. Sixth sister. Seventh sister. They grew up in the same orphanage. Though they had no blood relation, they were closer than biological siblings. After growing up, each sister became a successful, rich woman, with their own fame and fortune. And they had sworn to take care of their only brother for life? What the hell? This can't be real, can it? Dong Chen couldn't resist pinching his cheek. Hiss! It hurts. This isn't a dream. It's all real. Chapter 2, The 7th Sister Makes Her Entrance. After the rain, Dong Chen had gradually calmed down. It wasn't worth shedding tears over a woman who had no shame. Wasn't she just a gold digger? What's so special about that? Let's just chalk it up to me being blind for the past few years, wasting my emotions on a dog. Oh no. I can't insult dogs like that. They are much kinder than this kind of woman. Dong Chen shivered slightly as he pulled a cigarette from his pocket. With trembling hands, he lit it and took a long drag. Damn it. The system said it would reward me with 7 rich sisters, right? But where are they? Where are my sisters? Didn't they promise to take care of their brother for life? You have to keep your word. Unknowingly, the cigarette burned down to the filter. Just as Dong Chen was about to pull out another one, an unpleasant voice suddenly reached his ears. Hey, Jingjing, isn't that your ex-boyfriend? This guy has been sitting here for an hour, hasn't he? Dong Chen froze for a moment before quickly turning his head. In the next second, he saw Hu Jingjing and an older man appear in his line of sight. At that moment, Hu Jingjing was arm in arm with the older man. She also had a luxury handbag on her other arm, and her face was painted with heavy makeup, giving her a distinctly seductive look. On the other hand, the older man was in his 40s, with a round face, big ears, a balding head, and a height under 1.7 meters, weighing well over 200 pounds. Dong Chen could hardly believe it. This fat old man. How did Hu Jingjing lower herself to this? For money, this woman really isn't picky at all. Wait. Why does this old man look familiar? Dong Chen thought carefully and then finally remembered. The man's name was Zhu Jiwei, the vice general manager of a 5-star hotel, where Hu Jingjing also worked as a receptionist. No wonder they could end up together using their work relationship to secretly develop an affair. Bastards! Dong Chen muttered under his breath, then turned his gaze away. At this point, Dong Chen had completely lost faith in Hu Jingjing. After all, he had just unlocked a sign-in system, so his thoughts were now entirely occupied with that golden opportunity. He didn't want to waste his time on this pair of scoundrels. However, Zhu Jiwei's actions enraged him. Zhu Jiwei's eyes flickered, and he deliberately raised his voice to say to Hu Jingjing, Jingjing, we've been at the hotel for an hour, while your ex-boyfriend has been sitting out here on the road for an hour. Which one of us do you think worked harder? Jiwei, of course, you've worked harder. You've been at it for an hour. Watching you, I feel sorry for you, really. Hu Jingjing actually flashed a flattering smile and even pressed her body close to Zhu Jiwei, rubbing up against him. Har har. I love that naughty vibe you have. Zhu Jiwei laughed smugly. Perhaps trying to provoke Dong Chen, Zhu Jiwei shamelessly placed his hand on Hu Jingjing's bottom in front of him and gave it a firm squeeze. Jiwei, stop, there are people around. Hu Jingjing actually acted coquettishly, whining in a soft voice. Har 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 har. Zhu Jiwei laughed even more recklessly. Just then, a bright red sports car suddenly turned the corner from the street. With a sharp screech of tires, the car performed a perfect drift before coming to a smooth stop right in front of Dong Chen. Seeing this, not only was Dong Chen stunned, but even Zhu Jiwei and Hu Jingjing were momentarily frozen. The sleek red paint, the aerodynamic body, the four large exhaust pipes, and the very prominent little horse logo on the front. Holy crap! This is a limited edition Ferrari. It must be worth at least 20 million renminbi. Click. The Ferrari door opened, and a breathtakingly beautiful woman stepped out of the car. Ding! The system reward has been delivered, please check it, host Dong Chen. At that moment, another system prompt rang in Dong Chen's ears, but he didn't pay attention to it. His eyes were locked on the stunning beauty who had just appeared. With a delicate oval face, willow-shaped eyebrows, phoenix eyes, and cherry lips. She wore a perfectly tailored suit that couldn't hide her perfect figure. Her sharp, cold makeup paired with a seductive gaze radiated a dominant, authoritative aura. What a stunning beauty! Dong Chen finally understood why the term, beauty brings disaster, existed. Seventh sister. Without thinking, Dong Chen blurted out, Seventh sister? As though it was something he had done 1,000 times before, with no sense of unfamiliarity. Hey! Chen, long time no see. Did you miss your sister? The beautiful woman smiled at him and walked right up to him. She then gently patted his head, her affectionate gesture so obvious that anyone with eyes could see it. Perhaps not used to such intimacy, Dong Chen couldn't help but blush. At the same time, the word family seemed to echo in his mind. Is this what it feels like to have family? Although it was very strange, this feeling felt good. Chapter 3, Seventh Sister Goes Wild. Seventh Sister, Lin Weiwei. Height, 165 centimeters. Weight, 50 kilograms. Age, 25 years. Hobbies, shopping, traveling, magic, watching movies. Position, chairwoman of Vienna Hotel, Xiangnan City. The moment Dong Chen saw Lin Weiwei, her profile instantly appeared in his mind, courtesy of the sign-in system that forced the information upon him. But just as Dong Chen was momentarily dazed, an unexpected event occurred. Zhu Jiwei, who was standing by, was immediately stunned when he saw Lin Weiwei's stunning beauty. His face froze in shock. He quickly jogged up to Lin Weiwei and, bowing his head, asked, Chairwoman Lin, what brings you here? Chairwoman? Zhu Jiwei was calling Lin Weiwei Chairwoman. Wait. The five-star hotel where Hu Jingjing worked was called Vienna Hotel. Zhu Jiwei was the vice general manager there, and Lin Weiwei was the chairwoman of the very same hotel. All right. Very good. This is great. Zhu Jiwei, you're finished. Without hesitation, Dong Chen suddenly raised a finger and pointed at Zhu Jiwei, shouting, Seventh sister, this bastard not only insulted me, but he also hit me just now. Silence. The entire scene fell into a sudden hush. Zhu Jiwei was dumbfounded, and Hu Jingjing was equally stunned. They never expected that Dong Chen and Lin Weiwei were siblings, and even more so, that Dong Chen was accusing Zhu Jiwei of hitting him. Swear to God, under the sun and moon, Zhu Jiwei swore he had only flirted with Dong Chen's girlfriend and never laid a hand on him. Dong Chen was just framing him, intentionally slinging mud at him. He was so shameless. What? Just as Dong Chen expected, Lin Weiwei's face immediately turned serious. She quickly grabbed Dong Chen's arm, anxiously checking him over from head to toe. Chen, where are you hurt? Tell your sister. Dong Chen couldn't help but blush slightly. He casually pointed to the back of his head and said, Here I took a punch. Oh, it hurts a little. Your head was punched. Lin Weiwei's face changed again. She immediately turned around, furiously glaring at Zhu Jiwei and shouting, Zhu Jiwei, how dare you hit my brother? Chairwoman, please listen to me, it's not what you think. Zhu Jiwei began to panic, waving his hands desperately, as if trying to explain. Shut up. Lin Weiwei interrupted him coldly. From today, you no longer need to go to work at Vienna Hotel. I'll have someone deliver your termination letter directly to you. What? Zhu Jiwei was dumbstruck. Also, I reserve the right to pursue legal action. If anything happens to my brother, I will never let you off the hook. What? With just a few simple words, Lin Weiwei had Zhu Jiwei fired. The vice general manager of a five-star hotel, a successful businessman earning millions annually, the man who made Hu Jingjing abandon her dignity to chase after him was now fired by Lin Weiwei. The plot twist came so fast. 1 second, these two scoundrels were flaunting their power in front of Dong Chen, and the next second, they were kicked out like stray dogs. Dong Chen couldn't help but sigh inwardly, this feels great. Lin Weiwei didn't even spare Zhu Jiwei a glance. She turned to Dong Chen, her voice soft as she asked, Chen does your head still hurt? Dong Chen wore a strange expression, shaking his head as he replied, not anymore. Not anymore. Lin Weiwei's face showed a clear sign of disbelief. It still hurt quite a bit earlier, but now that you're here, it doesn't hurt as much. Dong Chen winked and answered. What do you mean, now that I'm here, it doesn't hurt? Lin Weiwei's eyes narrowed slightly. Yeah. Now that you're here, I feel safe, so it doesn't hurt anymore. You sly little thing, always saying sweet things to please your sister. I'm just telling the truth. Alright, get in the car. I'll take you to the hospital to get checked out. Sister, you're the best. Dong Chen wasn't an idiot. On the contrary, he was quite sharp, but when it came to matters of the heart, he had always been a little muddled, what people call being blinded by love. When in a relationship, his IQ seemed to drop to zero. But after this incident, Dong Chen had finally seen through Hu Jingjing's true face. His heart had turned cold, and the lost IQ had returned to its rightful place. Since the sign-in system had given Dong Chen 7 wealthy sisters, was he going to be foolish and not take advantage of this relationship, was he? Take what happened just now, for instance. If Dong Chen hadn't deliberately played the victim and framed Zhu Jiwei in front of Lin Weiwei, would she have fired him immediately? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. This was a lesson Dong Chen, being an orphan, understood better than anyone. Dong Chen, wait a minute. Just as Dong Chen got into Lin Weiwei's Ferrari, Hu Jingjing, who had been standing aside, suddenly rushed out. She anxiously stopped the Ferrari and quickly walked to the passenger seat. Dong Chen, I was wrong. Can you forgive me just this once? Zhu Jiwei pressured me. He is the vice general manager, and I didn't dare offend him actually, I'm the victim too. Boo-hoo. To Dong Chen, Hu Jingjing's tears seemed so fake, so theatrical. Would he believe the nonsense she was spouting? If this were the old Dong Chen, just one tear from Hu Jingjing would have made him panic like a headless fly. He would have done anything, paid any price, just to make her happy. But now, things were different. After seeing through Hu Jingjing's hypocritical mask, Dong Chen's heart had died. Chen who is she? Lin Weiwei, sitting in the driver's seat, suddenly turned her head and asked curiously. Dong Chen, with a deadpan expression, replied, Sister, I don't know her. Chen, I'm your girlfriend. How can you say you don't know me? We've been together since university, through thick and thin, and now you're going to heartlessly abandon me. Before Lin Weiwei could speak, Hu Jingjing suddenly yelled, her face full of pitifulness. But to Dong Chen, her frail demeanor didn't make him feel sympathy. Instead, it disgusted him. Get lost. Dong Chen's voice was icy cold. Chen Yu. Hu Jingjing looked at him with pitiful eyes, her face painted with a heartbroken expression. I've never hit a woman before, but that doesn't mean I won't ever hit one. Dong Chen shot her a cold glare and continued, I'm trying to control my temper, so please, get as far away from me as possible. Hu Jingjing. V-Room. The limited edition Ferrari roared to life and sped away, leaving Hu Jingjing staring in regret. At that moment, Hu Jingjing truly regretted it. She never expected Dong Chen to have such a powerful sister. That was a limited edition Ferrari. worth at least 20 million renminbi. And Lin Weiwei was the chairwoman of Vienna Hotel. With just one word, she could have Zhu Jiwei, their vice general manager, fired. Someone so influential, how did she suddenly become Dong Chen's sister? If Hu Jingjing had known that Dong Chen was a hidden rich heir, she would never have tried to seduce Zhu Jiwei. Now it was too late for regret. The Dong Chen who had once treated her like treasure was gone, and in the near future, he would become someone so unreachable, someone far above her. This broken sparrow wanting to fly to the top and become a phoenix? Har! It was nothing more than a pipe dream. Chapter 4, Second Sign-In. In Xiangnan City, at the Jingyuan Shuexiu Villa district. The sun had already set, but the afterglow of the sunset lingered, painting the sky with a beautiful red hue. Dong Chen walked in a daze, following Lin Weiwei out of the car. He mechanically followed her into a two-story villa, then sat down on the sofa in the living room, still in a daze, gazing at Lin Weiwei sitting across from him. "Chenner, tell me, what exactly happened between you and Zhu Jiwei?" At this moment, Lin Weiwei resembled a powerful career woman, her aura commanding respect without even raising her voice. The pressure she radiated made Dong Chen feel inexplicably uneasy, so much so that he couldn't even look directly into her eyes. "It's nothing, just a fight." Dong Chen dismissed the question casually. "A fight?" Lin Weiwei squinted, then slowly said, "Even if it was just a fight, there must have been a reason for it, right? He didn't like me, and I didn't like him either. He insulted me, I insulted him, and then we fought. That's it, simple as that." Dong Chen seemed very unwilling to discuss his personal matters. Silence. Lin Weiwei stared at Dong Chen for a full minute before gently sighing. "All right, since you don't want to talk, I won't force you." Dong Chen. "Also, I've already spoken with all the top hotels in Xiangnan City. Starting tomorrow, no hotel will hire Zhu Jiwei as a manager. In simple terms, he has been completely blacklisted." Lin Weiwei added. Dong Chen suddenly raised his head to look at Lin Weiwei. His lips trembled a few times, and in the end, he softly said, "Sister, thank you." "Fool, you're my brother, and I'm your sister. Why are you being so polite with me?" Lin Weiwei laughed lightly, two shallow dimples forming at the corners of her mouth, making her look incredibly charming. Dong Chen fell silent again. To be honest, he hadn't fully adjusted to the sudden appearance of this sister, especially with the way Lin Weiwei doted on him, which made him feel uncomfortable. Perhaps noticing Dong Chen's awkwardness, Lin Weiwei smiled again and said, "Chenner, why don't you just move in with me? Think of it as giving me a chance to take care of you, okay?" Dong Chen opened his mouth several times, wanting to refuse, but when he saw the hopeful look in her eyes, he swallowed his words back down. Because Dong Chen was an orphan, deep down, he still yearned for some familial love. After a brief pause, Dong Chen finally nodded and said, "All right. Good boy." Lin Weiwei smiled happily. Late at night, Dong Chen lay in bed, tossing and turning, unable to fall asleep. What had happened today was too unbelievable. As a staunch materialist, the firm beliefs he had built over the years suddenly crumbled, leaving him with a sense of deep unease and disorientation. "Oh. Sign-in system, are you still there?" At some point, Dong Chen closed his eyes and silently called out to the sign-in system. "Sure." As soon as he finished speaking, a flash of white light appeared in front of him, and a line of text materialized in his vision. Host, Dong Chen. Sign-in count, 1. Consecutive sign-ins at the same location, 1. Item inventory, 0:10. Time remaining for next sign-in, 11 minutes and 4 seconds. Current status, cannot sign in. Dong Chen abruptly opened his eyes, then closed them again, repeating this several times. He finally realized that the information was directly projected onto his retina. Whether his eyes were open or closed, he could clearly see the text. "Oh. Can you explain the specific function of the sign-in system?" Dong Chen silently asked in his mind again. "Sure." Another flash of white light appeared, and the next moment, a dense block of text appeared before him. The sign-in system allows the host to sign in at any time and location. You can sign in once per day, and each sign-in grants a different reward. Sign-in time is divided by midnight 12 a.m. Once past midnight, you can sign in for the next day. The current version of the sign-in system is the basic version. Currently, only the item inventory and consecutive sign-in features are available. More features will be unlocked as the version upgrades. After reading this, Dong Chen pondered for a moment before continuing to ask, "May I ask who invented this sign-in system?" Silence. The room was quiet, and the system did not respond. Oh. Are there any side effects from signing in? For example, if I sign in and get a reward, will the system take something from me as compensation? Silence. The room remained silent, and the system did not answer Dong Chen. Can pie really fall from the sky? Did I really encounter such a good thing? I've lived 22 years of an ordinary life, and now I'm about to become the main character. This is too unreal. Unconsciously, the wall clock struck midnight. Dong Chen quickly opened the sign-in system with his mind, and sure enough, he saw that the current status section had changed from cannot sign in to can sign in. Har! After letting out a long breath, Dong Chen, with a mixture of curiosity and excitement, silently thought, "System, I want to sign in." Shua! Another flash of white light appeared, and the next moment, a series of electronic prompts rang in his ears. DI. Congratulations to host Dong Chen for successful sign-in. DI. Congratulations to host Dong Chen for receiving 2 superpower cards. DI. The rewards have been added to their host's item inventory, please check. Dong Chen's eyelids twitched slightly, and at the same time, his gaze fell on the words, item inventory. How do I open this inventory? Just as this thought appeared in Dong Chen's mind, the scene before him suddenly flashed, and a 10-slot backpack appeared. It was similar to a character's inventory in an online game, exactly 10 slots, and in the first and second slots, there were shiny golden cards. What surprised Dong Chen was that as soon as his gaze fell on these 2 cards, a piece of information appeared in front of him. Time reversal card. Using this card will reverse time back to 1 minute ago. Note, the card is a one-time use item, please use it carefully. Bad luck card. Using this card allows the user to target a person within their sight, making them suffer from bad luck. Note, the effect of bad luck is random, from mild misfortune to life-threatening risks. The card is a one-time use item, please use it carefully. Chapter 5 Car Accident. The next morning, Dong Chen was sleeping soundly, but was woken up by Lin Weiwei, saying that she was going to help Dong Chen pack his things and move in with him. The two had a simple breakfast, and Lin Weiwei drove a Mercedes-Benz G out of her garage, and took Dong Chen and left Jingyuan Shuexiu Villa district. About an hour later, the Mercedes-Benz G drove into an old street and slowly stopped next to a residential building that was about to be demolished. "Chenna, is there no parking lot nearby?" Lin Weiwei looked around and seemed to be unable to find a parking space. "Oh, parking lot? I remember there seems to be a paid parking lot across the street. Look, it's over there." Dong Chen quickly raised his hand and pointed to the left front, and Lin Weiwei looked in the direction Dong Chen pointed, and indeed saw a parking lot sign. "Okay. Chenna, get off first. I'll come find you after I park the car." "Oh, okay." A few minutes later, Dong Chen stood in front of a traffic light at an intersection, and kept looking across the street. Not long after, Lin Weiwei, with a gentle smile on her face, appeared across the street and came directly to the side of the crosswalk. Soon, the red light went out, the yellow light came on, and after a slight pause, the green light came on. The pedestrians standing at the intersection waiting for the green light began to cross the road one after another on the sidewalk. Lin Weiwei moved quickly and was the first to step on the zebra crossing, and she also walked quickly towards Dong Chen on this side of the road. Suddenly, an accident happened. I saw a large truck suddenly driving over the right turn lane on the left side of the road. The back of the truck was full of sand and gravel, and even a large piece bulged out. These are not the main points. The main point is that the truck was moving very fast, and there was a puff of smoke coming out of the rear tires. It was driving towards the intersection at lightning speed, without any sign of slowing down. Not good. The truck has lost control. Dong Chen, who was horrified, immediately opened his voice and shouted to Lin Weiwei, who was crossing the crosswalk, "Sister, get out of the way." But the surrounding noise was too noisy, and the incident happened too suddenly. In addition, Lin Weiwei was lowering her head at the moment, as if thinking about something, so she did not realize that the danger had come at the first time. Seeing that the big truck was getting closer and closer to Lin Weiwei, Dong Chen didn't think about it, and immediately spread his legs and rushed out desperately. Squeak! Bang! Dong Chen was still a step slower in the end. Just as he rushed out, the out-of-control big truck hit Lin Weiwei hard. Lin Weiwei's body was knocked up like a ball, and then hit the cold concrete road hard. Then, a pool of bright red blood spread all over her body. No. How could this happen? This can't be true. How could Lin Weiwei die? This must be an illusion. After being stunned for a few seconds, Dong Chen fell to his knees with a thump. Looking at Lin Weiwei lying in a pool of blood, especially the beautiful face covered in blood, Dong Chen's heart was as painful as a knife. Regret. I regret it so much. Dong Chen has never regretted so much before. If I had known this would happen, I should have moved faster. If I had been a little faster, I might have been able to push Lin Weiwei away from the zebra crossing before the truck hit me. If I had known this car accident would happen, I shouldn't have brought Lin Weiwei with me to move today. If I had known that Lin Weiwei would die, I shouldn't have recognized her as my sister, and I shouldn't have used the sign-in system in the beginning, and this accident wouldn't have happened. Wait. Sign-in system. Didn't I get a time reversal card when I signed in last night? And the card also detailed its effects, saying that it could make time go back to 1 minute ago. Can time really go back? Without any hesitation, Dong Chen immediately shouted in his heart, "Use the card. I want to use that time reversal card. Sign-in system, hurry up, hurry up." Swish. In just a moment, Dong Chen felt a flash in front of his eyes, and then he returned to the traffic light at the intersection again. There were cars and people all around. Cars, trucks and taxis passed by him quickly, and passers-by on both sides of the road were also in a hurry. Click, click, click. Just when Dong Chen was slightly stunned, the sound of high heels hitting the road surface once again came into Dong Chen's ears. Dong Chen looked in astonishment, and the next second, Lin Weiwei's stunning face came into his eyes again. That's right. Time really went back. And at this time, Lin Weiwei had just stepped onto the zebra crossing and had not yet walked to the center of the road. Squeak. 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 Just when Dong Chen was slightly stunned, he heard another sharp brake sound. Dong Chen looked over reflexively, and sure enough, there was another out-of-control truck on the left road. Damn. UTM are coming again. Dong Chen's eyelids trembled violently. This time, he did not shout to remind Lin Weiwei, but rushed out directly. Well. He rushed out at the fastest speed in his life. Faced with Dong Chen who suddenly rushed out, Lin Weiwei couldn't help showing a look of astonishment on her face, and the out-of-control truck seemed to be a few points faster than the last time. In the blink of an eye, it ran through the red light and crashed straight into Lin Weiwei. No. I can't watch Lin Weiwei being hit and killed by a car. Since God has given me a chance to turn back time, I must save Lin Weiwei from the hands of death. Squeak. In the horrified sight of passers-by, Dong Chen used all his strength. He rushed to Lin Weiwei at a very fast speed, then hugged her without saying a word, and took her to jump forward. It's over. It's going to kill someone. Many timid passers-by couldn't help but close their eyes, as if they didn't dare to watch the bloody scene that would appear next. Squeak. In the harsh brake sound, the out-of-control truck almost brushed Dong Chen's back and sped away. Plop. Due to running too fast and exerting too much force, Dong Chen and Lin Weiwei both fell to the side of the road. Silence. It was quiet all around. Time seemed to freeze at this moment, but after a brief silence, a loud cheer suddenly rang out at the scene. Not dead. Not dead. Oh my God. Really not dead. Nimmer. It was really thrilling just now. Brother, you are so handsome when you risk your life to save people. Good job, young man. Par par par. I don't know who started it, but the passers-by applauded Dong Chen one after another. Soon, the applause became one and spread all around in the noisy street. Squeak. The out-of-control truck actually stopped in the middle of the road more than 10 meters away. The window glass was rolled down a little, and then a man wearing a mask stuck his head out. Dong Chen, who was lying on the ground, subconsciously looked in the direction of the truck and saw the truck driver sticking his head out. Although they were more than 10 meters apart, and the truck driver was also wearing a mask, covering his face, his cold and bloodthirsty eyes made Dong Chen shudder. Boom! The truck driver quickly retracted his head, and only heard a roar from the engine. The truck drove away in a cloud of dust under Dong Chen's gaze. Damn! He actually ran away. Write down his license plate. Yes. Call the police. This kind of driver is a cancer of society, we must not let him get away. Dong Chen did not listen to the chattering of passers-by. At this moment, he only had one shocking thought in his mind: this car accident was not an accident, but a man-made one. Someone wants to take Lin Weiwei's life. Chapter 6: Doom is coming. Just as the big truck was about to leave his sight, Dong Chen suddenly remembered that there was a "Doom is coming" card in the inventory of the sign-in system. Damn it! How dare you drive a car and hit my sister? No matter who you are, I will never let you go today. Sign-in system, I want to use the card. Doom is coming, curse the truck driver for me, quickly, quickly. Swish. Just after Dong Chen finished silently reciting this sentence, the misfortune card that was just lying in the inventory suddenly turned into a white light and disappeared. Squeak, gar. Bang. At this moment, there was a sudden sound of brakes in front of him, followed by another deafening bang, and Dong Chen, who was lying on the ground, was stunned. Their hit-and-run truck was hit by another truck driving sideways when passing a crossroads in front of him. This is not over yet. Due to the huge impact force and the side impact, the hit-and-run truck overturned on the spot and was forcibly dragged for a long distance. I thought the car accident should be over, right? But Dong Chen never expected that the effect of this misfortune card did not end here, and more exciting dramas were to come. Boom! A flash of fire lit up in front of him, followed by a thunderous explosion. The truck that had fled the scene actually exploded. Shock. Extremely shocked. Dong Chen swore that he just wanted to use the card, misfortune, to severely punish the driver who fled the scene, but he never expected the effect was too good, right? But then again, since this guy wanted to take Lin Weiwei's life, Dong Chen would never let him go easily. Even if he accidentally killed him, Dong Chen felt that he had asked for it. It's not for anything else, just because Lin Weiwei is Dong Chen's sister. You can hurt me, but you must not hurt my relatives. If anyone dares to touch my relatives, I will kill him even if the King of Heaven comes. The accident happened so suddenly that all the passers-by nearby were attracted by the thrilling car accident. However, Lin Weiwei didn't care too much about the car accident. She hurriedly got up, not even bothering to put on her lost high heels, and squatted in front of Dong Chen in a panic with bare feet. Chenna! Chenna! What's wrong with you? Speak. Don't scare your sister. Woo-woo. Lin Weiwei shook Dong Chen's arm vigorously, and asked about his condition anxiously. Perhaps because Dong Chen didn't respond for a long time, Lin Weiwei couldn't stop crying. At this time, Dong Chen let out a breath with lingering fear, and then turned his head with difficulty and said, "Sister, I'm fine, I just fell a little hard." Lin Weiwei was slightly stunned when she heard it, and then she hugged Dong Chen with tears of joy, and kept saying, "You scared me to death. I was scared to death. Sister, please be gentle. I am almost suffocating." Dong Chen's face was flushed red, and he seemed not used to such close contact. But then again, Lin Weiwei's figure is really great. With such big breasts, she should be at least evil, right? Lin Weiwei's pretty face turned slightly red, and then she loosened her hands around Dong Chen. Next, she straightened Dong Chen's collar with red eyes, wiped the dust off his face, and finally helped him up carefully. "Sister, let's go home quickly." For some reason, Dong Chen always felt guilty. After all, he had just used a misfortune card, and also caused an accident to their hit-and-run truck. So, subconsciously, Dong Chen believed that he was the culprit of this new car accident. Why go home? Aren't you going to pack your things? Lin Weiwei looked at Dong Chen with a little doubt and asked. No, there's nothing to pack, just a few clothes to change. Dong Chen shook his head and replied. Chenna, are you scared by the car accident just now? Lin Weiwei asked softly in a caring tone. No. No. Dong Chen's face was a little unnatural. Then sister will take you to the mall to buy some new clothes. Well, by the way, take you to get a haircut. Look at you, the hair in front is almost covering your eyes, how ugly. Oh, no need. Who said no? My brother is so handsome, if you don't dress up, how can you highlight your charm? How can a man without charm find a girlfriend in the future? If you can't find a girlfriend, how can you get married and have children? And sister, don't say anything, I will listen to you, is this okay? Well, that's good. Not long after, the traffic police, fire trucks, and ambulances all arrived at the scene of the accident. Dong Chen saw with his own eyes that the truck driver who had fled the scene had turned into a pile of charcoal. For some reason, Dong Chen suddenly regretted it again. He didn't regret killing the truck driver, but regretted not leaving anyone alive. Who is he? Why did he murder Lin Weiwei? Is there another instigator behind him? If there is an instigator behind the truck driver, then who is this guy? Why did he murder Lin Weiwei? No one can answer these questions for Dong Chen, because the only truck driver who knows the answer, well, is already dead. What to do? When Dong Chen sat in Lin Weiwei's co-pilot seat, he couldn't help but say his guess, "Sister, I think the car accident just now was not an accident, but a man-made one." Why do you think so? Lin Weiwei, who was just about to fasten her seatbelt, suddenly stopped what she was doing. Eyes. Dong Chen narrowed his eyes, and he turned around and looked at Lin Weiwei seriously and said, "I saw a hint of naked murderous intent in the eyes of that truck driver." Puff. Lin Weiwei was immediately amused, and she couldn't help but stretch out a finger, then gently tapped Dong Chen's forehead and said, "Do you think this is a movie? Still murderous? Are you trying to make me happy?" "Sister. I'm serious." Dong Chen grabbed Lin Weiwei's finger, and he said seriously, "Maybe I will joke about my own life, but I will never joke about your life safety." "Chenna, you." Lin Weiwei's eyelashes suddenly trembled. "Sister, have you offended anyone in the workplace? Did your enemy send someone to murder you?" Dong Chen asked impatiently. Silence, no words. Lin Weiwei stared at Dong Chen without saying a word, and did not speak for a long time. Perhaps seeing the anxiety in Dong Chen's eyes, Lin Weiwei actually smiled at him and said, "Chenna, you think too much. Sister. Don't you believe me?" Dong Chen was anxious. "Okay." Lin Weiwei sighed softly, then shook her head helplessly and said, "Chenna, I will let someone investigate this matter secretly. Don't worry, if this car accident is not an accident, I will definitely find out the person hiding behind it." "Really?" Dong Chen asked half doubtfully. Har, since your sister can become the chairman of Vienna Hotel, she is definitely not a vegetarian." Lin Weiwei's tone suddenly became sharp. At this moment, Dong Chen didn't know if he was hallucinating. He actually found that Lin Weiwei's temperament had changed drastically in an instant. How to say it? The previous second, Lin Weiwei still looked harmless, but the next second, this woman gave Dong Chen an extremely dangerous feeling. It's like a sleeping tiger suddenly opened its eyes and stared at you, making you panic and a hair on your body stood up. Well, this should be the legendary tigress, right? It's scary. Chapter 7: Encountering a high school classmate. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Xiangnan Commercial Plaza. Dong Chen was forcibly dragged to a men's clothing store by Lin Weiwei, and then he was renovated from head to toe. Then, Lin Weiwei took Dong Chen to a hair salon and asked the hairdresser to give him a tin-foil perm. When Dong Chen walked out of the hair salon, Lin Weiwei's eyes immediately became bright. Dong Chen is actually not ugly at all, on the contrary, he is very handsome, otherwise why would Hu Jingjing agree to be his girlfriend? In the eyes of this gold digger, in addition to money, there is only a handsome little brother. Dong Chen was absent-minded all day long. Not only was he still thinking about the car accident that happened today, but he was also worried about Lin Weiwei's life safety. Lin Weiwei said that she would send someone to secretly investigate the matter, but can she really find out who is behind it? Since the other party has the intention to kill, and has put it into action, he almost took Lin Weiwei's life. Will such a ruthless person really reveal his feet or leave any clues for Lin Weiwei to investigate? Also, this car accident has failed. Will the other party arrange the next assassination? In short, as long as the perpetrator hiding in the dark is not found, Lin Weiwei's life safety will not be guaranteed for a day. What to do? Chenna, I bought you a watch. Do you like it? Lin Weiwei's voice suddenly interrupted Dong Chen's thoughts. Dong Chen turned his head and looked. I don't know when, Lin Weiwei actually had an exquisite gift box in her hand. Sister, you don't have to spend so much money on me. I'm not a spoiled young man. Dong Chen said with a smile. I've already bought it. Do you want me to return it now? Lin Weiwei couldn't help but roll her eyes at Dong Chen, and then she opened the box in her hand directly. This is a men's mechanical watch, with a blue dial and a circle of diamonds around it. In addition to the hour hand, minute hand, and second hand, there are 3 small dials on the dial, and each dial has its own pointer. Dong Chen has never worn a watch, so he has no idea how expensive this mechanical watch is. He doesn't even know the brand of this watch. He only knows that the English words Patek Philippe are printed on the top of the dial. However, since this is a gift from Lin Weiwei, Dong Chen naturally likes it very much. Next, Lin Weiwei looked at the time and said to Dong Chen, "Chenna, it's getting late, let's find a place nearby to have a casual dinner." "Well, okay." Dong Chen nodded and replied. "Chenna, what do you want to eat?" "Whatever." "Don't be casual, you must specify one." "How about hot pot?" "Okay." "Then let's go to the Chongqing hot pot restaurant outside." After Lin Weiwei's tailor-made, Dong Chen transformed from an ordinary takeaway boy into a handsome and cool young man. At this moment, Dong Chen and Lin Weiwei walked on the road, and I don't know how many passers-by turned their heads. The man was handsome and cool, the woman was stunning, and Lin Weiwei was holding Dong Chen's arm. People who didn't know would really think they were a couple. When Lin Weiwei pulled Dong Chen into a hot pot restaurant, the two had just sat down, and before they even had time to check the menu, a slightly surprised voice came from the table next to them. "Huh? Isn't this Dong Chen?" Dong Chen looked in the direction of their voice and suddenly found an acquaintance at the next table. This person had a flat head, was about the same age as Dong Chen, and was also wearing a set of expensive brand-name goods. "Yang Dao? Class monitor Yang." Dong Chen was slightly stunned, and then smiled at the other party. This person's name is Yang Dao, Dong Chen's high school classmate and class monitor. It is said that his father opened a medium-sized company in Xiangnan City. His family has some money, but it is not particularly rich. "Old classmate, long time no see, I almost didn't recognize you." Yang Dao laughed, then stood up and went directly to Dong Chen's table. "Yeah. I didn't expect to meet you here." Although Dong Chen's face was always smiling, he didn't show much enthusiasm. Yang Dao's family was rich, and Dong Chen was an orphan, so the two sides didn't have much intersection when they were studying, and at most they could only be regarded as ordinary classmates. "Is this your sister-in-law? You are really good. You actually found such a beautiful girlfriend." Yang Dao quickly focused his attention on Lin Weiwei. "Squad leader Yang, this is my..." "Hello, I am Dong Chen's girlfriend, Lin Weiwei." Before Dong Chen finished speaking, Lin Weiwei interrupted him and took the initiative to admit that she was Dong Chen's girlfriend. This scene made Dong Chen stunned. "Hello, Lin Weiwei." Yang Dao smiled and shook hands with Lin Weiwei, then pointed to a beautiful woman at the next table and introduced, "That's my girlfriend, Wang Hui." "Hello, Wang Hui." "Hello, Lin Weiwei, Dong Chen." A few minutes later, Dong Chen was forcibly pulled to their table by Yang Dao, with the reason that old classmates should have a few drinks when they meet. So, under Yang Dao's cordial invitation, Dong Chen had no choice but to move to their table, and Lin Weiwei, as Dong Chen's girlfriend, naturally sat with him. In addition to Yang Dao and Wang Hui, there were 2 men and 2 women sitting at the table. After Yang Dao's introduction, Dong Chen knew that these people were his college classmates. Since everyone was young, the atmosphere at the table became lively, and everyone quickly became one, and all kinds of laughter continued to ring. After 3 rounds of drinks, Yang Dao suddenly looked at Dong Chen seriously, and then asked directly, "Dong Chen, where are you working now?" He. Dong Chen smiled slightly and said, "I'm just a delivery man, how can I talk about whether I'm working or not?" "Delivery man." Yang Dao hadn't spoken yet, but Wang Hui, who was sitting next to him, suddenly interrupted and said, "Dong Chen, you are not kidding, are you?" "Do you think I'm kidding?" Dong Chen replied with a smile. Silence. The table suddenly became quiet. Dong Chen clearly felt that the atmosphere had changed, especially the way everyone looked at him, which suddenly became strange. After about a few seconds, Wang Hui suddenly asked in a contemptuous tone, "Dong Chen, which platform do you deliver food on? Tuanchuan or EE? There are often reports on the internet that delivermen cheat on food. Is this true?" Dong Chen opened his mouth and was about to answer Wang Hui's question, but another boy rushed to say, "Wang Hui, are you making a fuss? What's wrong with cheating? Haven't you seen the video on the internet? The deliverman used the customer's soup as mouthwash in the elevator, and spit it back after rinsing. It's even more disgusting." "Yes. This industry is too, it's a mess, and the platform doesn't know how to rectify it. Har har, it's all some idle social people without fixed jobs who are doing this business. If there are good jobs, who would go to deliver food? I heard that the quality of the current deliverman is particularly poor. If you don't give him a good review, he will come to your door and insult you. A stone stirs up 1,000 waves. Just after Wang Hui despised the profession of deliverman, a series of echoes sounded in the private room. Everyone started to criticize the current food delivery industry. For a while, Dong Chen's face became a little ugly. He was not afraid of losing face himself, but afraid of implicating Lin Weiwei and making her lose face. Just when everyone was talking about this topic, suddenly a girl with heavy makeup pointed at Dong Chen's wrist and said, "Huh. Dong Chen, the watch on your hand." Swish. At this moment, everyone's eyes were instantly attracted, and they all fell on Dong Chen's wrist. Since it was too hot to eat hot pot, Dong Chen subconsciously rolled up his sleeves, and naturally revealed the watch that Lin Weiwei gave him. Wang Hui suddenly seemed to have discovered something, and she pointed at Dong Chen's wrist and asked, "Dong Chen, are you wearing the Patek Philippe Watch King?" What is the Watch King?" Dong Chen asked subconsciously. "Don't you know what the Patek Philippe Watch King is? Any watch is a luxury product worth more than 10 million renminbi." Wang Hui's voice couldn't help but rise a few decibels. Silence. The dining table suddenly fell into absolute silence. At this moment, everyone looked at Dong Chen with eyes that changed drastically in an instant. Chapter 8 High Imitation Watch. Perhaps he was not used to being stared at like this. Dong Chen subconsciously rolled up his shirt sleeves, as if he wanted to hide the watch. However, in Wang Hui's eyes, his action became a guilty expression. Wang Hui rolled her eyes and raised her voice deliberately. "Dong Chen, are you wearing a high-end replica watch?" Dong Chen was slightly stunned when he heard this, and just wanted to explain something, but Wang Hui immediately said a lot of words. "I have seen the introduction of this watch on the internet. This is a Patek Philippe minute repeater watch. The market price is about 10 million renminbi. Dong Chen, how can you afford such an expensive watch as a delivery man? It's 10 million renminbi. Who can afford such a watch is not a well-known rich man in our Xiangnan city." Silence. The table was still quiet. Dong Chen opened his mouth in surprise, and then subconsciously turned his head to look at Lin Weiwei. Maybe he didn't expect that Lin Weiwei actually bought him such an expensive watch. Lin Weiwei was very calm. She didn't say a word from beginning to end. She just sat quietly beside Dong Chen, and then quietly played the role of a well-behaved girlfriend. As for the others, they all looked at Dong Chen with contempt. Even Yang Dao, his high school classmate, showed a hint of sarcasm to Dong Chen. Dong Chen was so depressed. From beginning to end, he didn't say a word, just listening to Wang Hui talking alone. How could he be shot even when lying down? This is too much to attract hatred, right? "Dong Chen, can you take off your watch and have a look? I can verify the authenticity of this watch in public." Wang Hui suddenly looked at Dong Chen with a smile. Dong Chen hesitated for a moment, then secretly glanced at Lin Weiwei who was sitting next to him, and at this time, Lin Weiwei finally spoke. "Chener, since people want to see your watch, take it off and let them have a good look." Although Lin Weiwei's tone was very calm, Dong Chen still heard a hint of anger from this sentence. If Yang Dao was not Dong Chen's high school classmate, it is estimated that Lin Weiwei would not even look at him, let alone sit at the same table with them for dinner. "Okay." Dong Chen shook his head helplessly, then took off the watch and handed it to Wang Hui carefully. Wang Hui took the watch casually, then held it in her hand and said to everyone, "Every Patek Philippe watch uses the technology of 3 questions. What is a 3 question? It is the sound of 3 springs, which can distinguish the time of hour, quarter, and minute. This is also the result of the clever use of acoustics and dynamics." Wang Hui seemed to know Patek Philippe watches very well, and the introduction was very detailed. Even Dong Chen couldn't help but prick up his ears, and then listened carefully with a learning attitude. Seeing Dong Chen's completely ignorant look, Wang Hui couldn't help but sneer again in her heart. At the same time, she was more certain that Dong Chen's watch was a high-end imitation. "Now, we just need to turn the dial on the case to make the watch emit a clear time signal. Of course, high-end replica watches will never do this because this technology is too complicated, too precise, and the cost is also very expensive. Wang Hui, if it is a genuine Patek Philippe watch, what kind of time signal will it emit?" A girl at the table suddenly asked curiously. Hee hee, just from the name you know that the minute repeater can make 3 different sounds, first the bass, then the high and low sounds, and finally the high sound. Let's take a simple example. It's 7:35 p.m. now, so the minute repeater will make 7 bass sounds, which means 7 o'clock, and then make 2 high and low sounds, which means 25 minutes, and finally make 5 high sounds, which means 5 minutes, which adds up to 7:35. Oh, so that's it. Perhaps because she looked down on Dong Chen, or perhaps because she wanted to embarrass Dong Chen in public, Wang Hui suddenly emptied a glass for drinking water, and then put it upside down on the dining table. Then, Wang Hui put Dong Chen's watch on the glass again, and explained to everyone, it's a bit noisy in the store. I'm worried that you can't hear the time signal of the minute repeater, so I'll use the glass as a loudspeaker temporarily. Har har, Wang Hui, didn't you say that this watch is a high imitation? Yes. If it is a high imitation, how can it make a time signal? What are you laughing at? If you don't try it, how do you know if it can tell the time? Har har. Wang Hui, stop it, and return the watch to Dong Chen quickly. Do you want him to embarrass himself in public? Har 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 har. Perhaps out of consideration for the face of his high school classmates, Yang Dao finally stood up to stop him, but Wang Hui seemed to be determined to embarrass Dong Chen. Without waiting for Yang Dao to reach out his hand, he immediately turned the dial on the watch case. The next second, the noisy dining table suddenly became extremely quiet, because Dong Chen's watch actually made a crisp time signal. Ding! 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 7 dull low sounds rang out in succession. Well, this means it is 7 o'clock now. Ding! Ding! These are 2 mixed high and low sounds. Well, this means 2/4 of an hour, or 30 minutes. Ding! 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 5 crisp high sounds rang out in succession. Well, this means 5 minutes. So, the total is 7:35. Dong Chen's watch accurately reported the time at this moment. Silence. The dining table fell into absolute silence again. Except for Lin Weiwei and Dong Chen, everyone looked at the blue mechanical watch with incredible eyes, and even for a moment, everyone stopped breathing temporarily. Wang Hui. It rang. A boy suddenly asked stutteringly. This. Wang Hui was already stunned. She thought that Dong Chen's high-end imitation watch would never make a sound, but she didn't expect that after she pressed it lightly, the watch actually made a sound. Swish. Soon, everyone turned their eyes to Dong Chen's face, and even several people opened their mouths at the same time, but no one could ask a question. Dong Chen couldn't help but laugh and said, "Don't look at me like that, okay? I didn't buy this watch." Huh. You can clearly hear a breath of relief coming from the dining table. Maybe everyone couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief when they heard Dong Chen explain that he didn't buy the watch himself. But what Dong Chen said next made everyone's breath of relief come to their throats again. "This watch was bought by my girlfriend Lin Weiwei. It's a gift from her. I told her not to buy me such an expensive gift, but she refused to listen. Oh. I'm really having a headache now. Puff. Bang. Cough cough cough. Dong Chen, you." Looking at Dong Chen's "I'm troubled" expression, except for Lin Weiwei who was smiling all the time, everyone at the table showed him an extremely resentful look. Look at Wang Hui, the sarcastic woman. At this moment, she looked like she had swallowed a dead fly. Her face was as ugly as it could be. She was holding the watch awkwardly. She didn't know whether to laugh or not. She wanted to hand the watch back to Dong Chen, but she was worried that Dong Chen would laugh at her in return. In short, Wang Hui's face was burning. She didn't even dare to look into Dong Chen's eyes. If there was a crack in the ground at this moment, she would have crawled into it without hesitation, right? Seeing this scene, Dong Chen couldn't help but think in his heart, some people. He was born to like swordplay, but he didn't study the upper and middle swords, but insisted on practicing the lower sword. Alas! This kind of person is really hopeless. Chapter 9. The third sign-in. Xiangnan City, Jingyuan Shuexiu Village District. Dong Chen sat quietly on the sofa in the living room, then carefully stroked the watch worth 10 million, and a faint smile appeared at the corner of his mouth, as if he had encountered something happy, and the whole person was in a state of joy. At a certain moment, Lin Weiwei's voice suddenly rang beside Dong Chen. "Chenner, what do you think about what I just told you?" Dong Chen pursed his lips, then sighed softly and said, "Sister, I have never been a manager, let alone the hotel industry. Now you suddenly ask me to be the deputy general manager of the hotel. If you don't know, you can learn. Lin Weiwei interrupted Dong Chen's complaint, and she said with a stern face, I will let my assistant go directly to help you. I believe that with your intelligence, you will definitely learn how to be a deputy general manager within a month. Sister, can I not be the deputy general manager? Dong Chen showed an embarrassed expression on his face. I fired Zhu Jiwei, the former deputy general manager of the hotel, because of you, and now I can't find a suitable person to take over the position of deputy general manager, so I can only let you take over. What? Do you have any objections? Sister, what kind of logic is this? Chenna, just think of it as helping your sister once, okay? This. I can try, but I tell you first, if I can't be the deputy general manager, you can't continue to force me to stay in this position. Okay. It's a deal. It was late at night. Dong Chen was lying in bed alone, but he tossed and turned and couldn't fall asleep. Seeing that the time was approaching 12 o'clock in the middle of the night, Dong Chen simply got up from the bed, lit a cigarette for himself, and then stared at the wall clock quietly. When the clock slowly pointed to 12 o'clock in the middle of the night, Dong Chen immediately put out the cigarette in his hand, and then quickly opened the sign-in system. I want to sign in. Dong Chen muttered in his heart. Shua. A familiar white light flashed before his eyes, and the next second, a series of electronic prompts sounded in Dong Chen's ears. Ding! Congratulations to the host Dong Chen for signing in successfully. Ding! Congratulations to the host Dong Chen for getting 1 pill and 1 skill book. Ding! The reward has been issued to the host's inventory, please check it. Dong Chen's eyelids trembled slightly, and then he opened the system inventory without hesitation. The familiar 10-grid backpack appeared in Dong Chen's field of vision, and in the first and second grids of the backpack, there appeared a green pill and a book with a blue cover. Ancient Tai Chi Boxing Skill Book. After learning, you can instantly comprehend the 8 styles of ancient Tai Chi boxing. Note, without the support of internal force, the power of boxing is halved. Small Huandan pill. After taking it, you can open the Ren and do meridians and increase your internal force by 10 years. Note, the effect of the pill is halved when taken for the second time. Please use with caution. After reading these 2 detailed introductions, Dong Chen was dumbfounded. He never dreamed that the sign-in system would give him a martial arts secret book and a pill to increase internal strength. What's going on? Does this world really have martial arts? Although Dong Chen often sees the word martial arts in movies or novels, he has never met anyone who knows martial arts in real life. Of course, there are still many people who know martial arts in society, but those martial arts are just a gymnastic art performed for people to see, and cannot be used for fighting and confrontation at all. What's more, Dong Chen also got a small pill, which is a pill that increases internal strength by 10 years. Does internal strength really exist? Is the sign-in system kidding? After being stunned for a few minutes, Dong Chen took out the small pill with a strong skeptical attitude. Looking at the emerald green pill in front of him, Lin Weiwei's figure appeared in Dong Chen's mind unconsciously. The car accident that happened today was not an accident. Someone wants to assassinate Lin Weiwei. Lin Weiwei's current situation is very dangerous. Dong Chen wants to protect her and not let anyone hurt her. Gulp. Dong Chen swallowed the Xiao Huan Dan into his stomach, and then a hot air flow burst out in his body. At this moment, Dong Chen felt that the blood in his body seemed to boil, and the frequency of his heartbeat reached a terrifying value. Not only that, he was sweating all over his body, and a faint smoke rose from his head. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. This state lasted for 10 minutes before Dong Chen gradually returned to normal. However, Dong Chen at this moment seemed to have become another person. Although his appearance and body shape did not change, his temperament had undergone earth-shaking changes. If Dong Chen was a slightly melancholy boy before, then Dong Chen at this moment is a sunny and handsome man, especially his deep eyes, which are like a vast ocean, making people crazy at first sight. Ha! Dong Chen exhaled lightly, and then tried to wave his fist. Unexpectedly, he heard a sound of breaking through the air immediately. That was the sound of the internal force bursting out, and then it broke through the air, just like setting off firecrackers, which seemed to be very destructive. Is this the internal force? So powerful. After a brief excitement, Dong Chen couldn't wait to take out the martial arts secret book. How should this skill book be used? Open it directly. Or smash it to learn. Just when Dong Chen held the skill book in his hand, an electronic prompt sounded in his ear. Excuse me, host Dong Chen, do you want to learn the skill book Ancient Tai Chi? Yes. Without any hesitation, Dong Chen answered the system's question immediately. Sure. The skill book in his hand suddenly turned into a white light, and quickly drilled into Dong Chen's forehead. The next second, a large section of memory that did not belong to Dong Chen forced into his mind. There are many traditional Tai Chi schools. Common Tai Chi schools include Chen style, Yarn style, Wu style, Sun style, and He style. Each school has a heritage relationship and mutual learning, and each has its own characteristics, showing a state of flourishing. This ancient Tai Chi boxing, also known as Kongtong Tai Chi, is the superior practice of the Shen Kong sect of the Kongtong school, and is only circulated among the Kongtong Palm school. This practice is divided into the heart method and the fist method. The heart method focuses on internal strength, and the fist method focuses on moves. Only by combining the heart method with the fist method can the Ju power be exerted. Time passed by minute, and Dong Chen was immersed in the joy of understanding the ancient Tai Chi boxing. He simply forgot to eat and sleep and couldn't extricate himself. This skill book of Ancient Tai Chi seemed to open a door to a new world for Dong Chen. While it was full of freshness and curiosity, it also allowed him to see a different life path. Chapter 10: Elevator Failure. The next day, 9 o'clock in the morning. Vienna International Hotel, Xiangnan City. The Mercedes-Benz G-Class drove Lin Weiwei and Dong Chen into the underground parking lot. Just when the car was parked, Dong Chen suddenly turned around and smiled bitterly at Lin Weiwei. Sister, I'm a little nervous. What are you nervous about? I'm not asking you to fight on the front line. Lin Weiwei couldn't help but roll her eyes at Dong Chen, then turned off the engine and pulled out the car key. But Dong Chen seemed to want to say something. Don't be nervous. As long as you have your sister backing you up, just do it boldly. Lin Weiwei said as she turned around and carefully adjusted Dong Chen's collar. Finally, Lin Weiwei said to Dong Chen with a smile, Chenner, why do I find that you seem to be much more handsome today? Dong Chen, really? Okay, let's get off the car. The board of directors will be held at 10 a.m., and I will also announce your appointment at the meeting. Oh. Next, Dong Chen followed Lin Weiwei's footsteps and walked into a special elevator that went directly to the top floor of the hotel. This special elevator is expensive. To open the elevator door, you need to verify your fingerprint and pupil, and it is also a fully automatic voice operation mode. You only need to give a command directly to the microphone, and the elevator will run automatically. Lin Weiwei whispered to the microphone of the elevator, go directly to the 30th floor. The next second, the elevator began to rise slowly, and the electronic display on the upper right also showed the floor number of the elevator. 2F, 1F, 1F, 2F, 3F. Lin Weiwei stood quietly in the elevator holding her mobile phone. Her fingers kept sliding on the screen, as if she was browsing something online. Dong Chen stood beside Lin Weiwei, looking like he had nothing to do, but his eyes kept sweeping towards Lin Weiwei. Today, Lin Weiwei wore a standard professional suit, a dark blue suit on the upper body, a light blue shirt inside, a dark blue hip skirt on the lower body, a thin layer of black stockings on her slender legs, and a pair of black high heels on her feet. In addition, Lin Weiwei's long hair was tied behind her head, and her face was also made up with exquisite makeup. With a pair of sparkling diamond earrings on her ears, she exuded the charm of a mature woman. Alas! Such an excellent woman, I wonder which bastard man will get her in the future? However, if he wants to marry Lin Weiwei, he must at least pass Dong Chen first, right? As Lin Weiwei's younger brother, Dong Chen feels that he has the responsibility and obligation to stop it. Oh no! It's a test. Well, to test whether those cow dung are qualified to be Lin Weiwei's boyfriend. Bang! Just then, something unexpected happened. The elevator had risen to the 29th floor and was about to reach the 30th floor, but at this time, the whole elevator suddenly shook violently. This is not over yet. With a sharp sound of broken steel bars, the elevator stopped between the 29th and 30th floors, and then a rapid alarm sounded from the voice system in the elevator. Ding! The wire rope is broken, and the elevator stops running urgently. Ding! The wire rope is broken, please contact the maintenance personnel for emergency repairs immediately. Ding! 3 wire ropes of the elevator have been broken, and the number of remaining valid wire ropes is 7. Please do not panic. Dong Chen was dumbfounded, and Lin Weiwei was also dumbfounded. How could the wire rope of a high-tech elevator break? Isn't this nonsense? After a short daze, Lin Weiwei immediately pressed a red button on the elevator wall. This is an emergency call device. As long as you press this button, you will be able to contact the elevator manager at the first time. But when Lin Weiwei pressed the button, there was a light sound of click. The next second, the whole elevator fell into darkness. Oh my god! The power outage. At this moment, Dong Chen was a little panicked, but Lin Weiwei did not lose her composure. She pressed the elevator wall a few times again, and soon a faint light came on. The electronic display screen on the upper right side of the elevator was relit, and the urgent alarm sounded again in the ears of the two. Beep. For steel ropes of the elevator have been broken, and the number of remaining effective steel ropes is 6. Please don't panic. Fuck you. Just now, only 3 steel ropes were broken. How come 4 were broken in the blink of an eye? Sister, what should we do now? Dong Chen subconsciously pulled Lin Weiwei's arm, and a trace of anxiety appeared on his face. Chenna, don't be afraid, the elevator will not fall. Bang! Before Lin Weiwei finished speaking, the elevator shook again, and after a steel bar broke, the urgent alarm sounded again in the ears of the two. Beep! 5 steel ropes of the elevator have been broken, and the number of remaining effective steel ropes is 5. Please don't panic. Don't panic your sister. 5 steel wires have already broken, why don't you panic? Then, when can you panic? Do you have to wait until all the steel wires are broken before you panic? Fuck your uncle's high-tech elevator, are you here to serve people? Or are you here to scare people? Chenna, squat down quickly. At this moment, Lin Weiwei's cold shout suddenly reached Dong Chen's ears. Sister, what are you doing? Dong Chen looked at Lin Weiwei with a puzzled look in the faint light. Chenna, we must pry open the ceiling above our heads and then climb out. Only in this way can we ensure our safety, so. Shua. Before Lin Weiwei finished speaking, Dong Chen immediately squatted down and kept urging, Sister, hurry up and ride on my neck, I will support you to climb up. Okay. Lin Weiwei didn't care about that anymore. She just threw her high heels, then stepped over with her right leg and rode directly on Dong Chen's neck. Because Lin Weiwei was only wearing a hip-wrapped short skirt and a layer of black stockings on her legs, Dong Chen's face instantly turned red when she rode like this. What are you doing? Hurry up and carry me. Lin Weiwei couldn't help but pat Dong Chen's head gently a few times. Oh, right away, right away. Dong Chen hurriedly supported Lin Weiwei's legs, and then stood up from the ground with Lin Weiwei on his back. At this time, the elevator shook violently again, and there was a sound of broken steel bars above his head. Ding! 6 elevator wire ropes have broken, and the number of remaining effective wire ropes is 4. Please don't panic. Dong Chen was unsteady and almost fell to the ground. Fortunately, he had just gained 10 years of internal strength last night. He took a horse stance and stabilized his body. Lin Weiwei, who was riding on Dong Chen's neck, was not idle either. She quickly stretched out her hand, and then fumbled on the ceiling of the elevator for a while. Finally, Lin Weiwei actually made a move that Dong Chen did not expect. Bang! Without any hesitation, Lin Weiwei suddenly clenched her palm into a fist, and then blasted a powerful punch towards the ceiling above her head. After a loud bang, the ceiling above her head was blasted open by her. Ding dong! Ding dong! Ding dong! Several metal nuts suddenly fell from the sky and landed in the elevator, making a series of crisp noises. Dong Chen was stunned at this moment. What happened just now? Lin Weiwei actually blasted the steel plate above her head with one punch? Also, the airflow that appeared on Lin Weiwei's fist just now, hiss. It's internal force. Lin Weiwei actually used internal force. She knows martial arts. How is it possible? Chapter 11 Safe Escape. Chenna, I'll climb up first, and then I'll pull you up. Lin Weiwei's voice pulled Dong Chen back from shock. Dong Chen subconsciously looked up, but he didn't expect to see an extremely exciting scene. Lin Weiwei had already stepped on Dong Chen's shoulders and stretched out her hands to climb to the top of the elevator car. Since she was wearing a hip skirt today and was standing on Dong Chen's head at this moment, Dong Chen naturally saw it clearly. Bright red. With lace. Sister, you really know how to dress up. Isn't this too sexy? Lin Weiwei obviously didn't notice Dong Chen's eyes. She stepped on Dong Chen's shoulders and climbed to the top of the elevator in a few steps. Then, she turned around and stretched out a hand to Dong Chen. Chenna, hurry up, I'll pull you up. Although Lin Weiwei's tone was a little anxious, her expression was not panic at all. Dong Chen was slightly stunned, and then subconsciously wanted to grab Lin Weiwei's hand, but at this moment, the elevator shook again, and at the same time, a clearer sound of steel bar breaking also came into Dong Chen's ears. Ding! 7 steel wire ropes of the elevator have been broken, and the number of remaining effective steel wire ropes is 3. Please don't panic. Fuck your uncle's high-tech elevator. There are only 3 effective steel wire ropes left, don't panic. Who are you fooling? Chenna, what are you in a daze? Hurry up and get up. Lin Weiwei's face finally showed a panic expression. Oh, okay. Dong Chen nodded stupidly, and then quickly grabbed Lin Weiwei's hand. However, Dong Chen accidentally touched the 2 high-heeled shoes that Lin Weiwei dropped on the ground at this moment, so he immediately shook off Lin Weiwei's hand and squatted down to pick up the high-heeled shoes. This scene made Lin Weiwei, who was lying on the elevator car, very angry. She yelled at Dong Chen, Dong Chen. What are you doing? At this time, why are you still picking up shoes? Are you going to die? You? Dong Chen ignored Lin Weiwei's yelling. He put Lin Weiwei's high-heeled shoes in his arms, then stood up quickly and grabbed Lin Weiwei's hand again. Bang! Bang! The elevator shook violently again. Dong Chen knew without looking that another wire rope had broken. As expected, the voice alarm of the elevator sounded again, beep. 8 steel wire ropes of the elevator have been broken, and the number of remaining effective steel wire ropes is 2. Please do not panic. Dong Chen. I thought it would take some effort to climb to the top of the elevator car, but something happened that surprised Dong Chen again. Lin Weiwei grabbed Dong Chen's wrist, and then with a little force, she pulled him directly to the top of the elevator car. Dong Chen weighs a full 140 kilograms. Lin Weiwei actually lifted him up effortlessly. At this moment, Dong Chen was more certain that Lin Weiwei knew martial arts, and she was also a master with internal strength. Chenna, there is a staircase over there, let's climb up quickly. Lin Weiwei pushed Dong Chen and signaled him to climb up the stairs quickly. Dong Chen also knew that time was running out. There were only 2 steel wire ropes left in the elevator. If he continued to delay, he and Lin Weiwei would probably fall with the elevator. So, Dong Chen turned around and groped his way to the metal staircase without saying anything, and Lin Weiwei followed closely behind him and held his shoulder with her hand. Clang! Bang! Swish, swish, swish. It was obvious that another steel wire rope broke beside them. Fortunately, this steel wire rope did not hit the 2 people, but slid past Dong Chen's left hand, but the whole elevator car kept shaking. Only the last steel wire rope was hanging the elevator. Must climb up the stairs immediately. Swish! Without any hesitation, Dong Chen made a small jump and landed directly on the stairs on the wall of the elevator shaft. At this time, the last steel wire rope connecting the elevator car also broke. Bang! Swish, swish, swish. No! Dong Chen screamed in fear. Lin Weiwei hadn't climbed up the stairs yet, and she was still standing on the elevator. If she fell with the elevator, how could she survive? Swish! It was too late to say it, but it was too fast. Dong Chen had just turned his head a little, and he saw a black shadow rushing towards him from the corner of his eye. Puff! Lin Weiwei jumped directly onto Dong Chen's back and hugged his neck tightly. At this moment, Dong Chen was stunned for a moment, because he felt 2 different touches on the back of his head, and he also smelled the familiar perfume on Lin Weiwei's body. Boom! The elevator fell down, falling from the 29th floor at a very fast speed. After a few seconds, a deafening roar was heard, and at the same time, the whole building shook violently. Tick-tock! A drop of sweat dripped from Dong Chen's forehead. It was only at this moment that he felt a little scared. If the action just now was a little slower, the 2 of them would probably fall down with the elevator and die here. Sister, are you okay? Dong Chen subconsciously stretched out a hand to hug Lin Weiwei's waist. Chenna, be careful not to fall. Lin Weiwei seemed to be startled by Dong Chen's action. At this moment, Dong Chen had Lin Weiwei lying on his back, one hand clinging to the metal stairs, and the other hand was in turn hugging Lin Weiwei's waist. In other words, Dong Chen only supported the weight of two people with the remaining hand. So, Lin Weiwei was startled. Har har, it doesn't matter. Although you are little fat, this weight is a piece of cake for me. Dong Chen actually started to joke. Lin Weiwei. Next, in Lin Weiwei's surprised eyes, Dong Chen carried her on his back and quickly climbed to the 30th floor, but facing the closed elevator door, Dong Chen didn't know how to open it for a moment. However, Lin Weiwei didn't give Dong Chen too much time to think. She raised her fist again, and then slammed the metal door without saying a word. Bang! After a muffled sound, the heavy metal door actually sank directly, and a small gap appeared. Squeak! Lin Weiwei quickly stretched out her hands, and then under Dong Chen's stunned gaze, she forcibly opened the metal door to a distance of about 1 meter wide. Shua! Without any hesitation, Lin Weiwei directly drilled out of the gap, and then she turned around quickly and pulled Dong Chen out of the elevator shaft. Simple, direct, violent. Lin Weiwei's series of performances completely blinded Dong Chen's eyes. Dong Chen never dreamed that Lin Weiwei, who seemed gentle and charming on the surface, was actually a hidden master. It's true that you can't judge a person by his appearance, and you can't measure the depth of the sea. Chapter 12 I'll Protect You. 9:30 in the morning. Vienna International Hotel, Shonan City. The incident of the chairman's special elevator falling has caused a lot of controversy, and almost all the staff in the hotel know about this accident. Lin Weiwei finally lost her temper. At her command, all the staff in the hotel's security and engineering department started jumping up and down. Soon, news came from the engineering department. After careful inspection, they found that the chairman's private elevator had been damaged. This means that someone had tampered with the elevator in advance, with the intention of killing Lin Weiwei, the chairman of the hotel. Arrogant. It's really too arrogant. If yesterday's car accident could still be considered an accident, then today's elevator fall accident was a blatant murder. Soon after, news came from the security department. By retrieving the hotel's surveillance video, they found that a maintenance worker had entered this special elevator at around 12 o'clock midnight last night. Although this maintenance worker was wearing a mask and a hat, he was actually wearing the uniform of the hotel's engineering department. The access card swipe record also showed that he was a senior maintenance technician in the hotel's engineering department. The suspect was immediately identified. This person is a senior maintenance technician named Zhao Xiachuan from the hotel's engineering department. However, when the people from the security department rushed to the engineering department, they were told that Zhao Xiachuan did not come to work today. The people from the engineering department tried many methods but could not contact him at all. What's going on? Isn't it obvious? Zhao Xiachuan knew that the truth would be revealed, so he fled long ago. In simple terms, he fled for fear of crime. Since things have developed to this point, Lin Weiwei can only choose to call the police. The chairman of the Vienna hotel was murdered. It is such a big thing that I believe the police will definitely take this case very seriously. The board meeting originally scheduled for 10 a.m. was also postponed by Lin Weiwei to 2 p.m. For the entire morning, Lin Weiwei and Dong Chen were waiting for news from the police. It was not until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon that the police finally called Lin Weiwei's cell phone, but the news they brought was not good news, but bad news that made Dong Chen furious. Zhao Xiachuan is dead. This guy died in his own home due to food poisoning. The time of death was around 7:30 this morning. Bang! Dong Chen slammed his palm on the table fiercely, and said angrily, "There must be someone behind Zhao Xiachuan, and the methods of this person are too vicious." After using Zhao Xiachuan as a gun, he immediately killed him to silence him. Looking at Lin Weiwei, who was lost in thought, Dong Chen couldn't help but ask, "Sister, did you offend anyone?" Lin Weiwei raised her head, and then said to Dong Chen with a hint of apology, "Chenner, I'm sorry, I almost got you into trouble this time." "Sister, what are you talking about?" Dong Chen glared at Lin Weiwei in dissatisfaction and said, "Are you still treating me as an outsider?" A bitter smile appeared on Lin Weiwei's face. She lowered her head and thought seriously for a while. Finally, she said, "Chenna, how about I give your sixth sister a call? During this time, you should stay with your sixth sister." "Lin Weiwei, what do you mean?" Dong Chen's voice suddenly increased by several decibels. "Chenna." Lin Weiwei shook her head, not knowing whether to laugh or cry, and said, "You've also seen that my sister's situation, well, it's not very safe for the time being, so my idea is. You want to drive me away?" Dong Chen asked angrily, glaring at Lin Weiwei. "Sister didn't say she was going to kick you out. She just wanted you to stay at Sixth Sister's place for 2 days. After I finish things here, I'll take you back. Okay?" Lin Weiwei explained patiently. "No." Dong Chen rejected Lin Weiwei's proposal without hesitation. "Chenna, don't you listen to your sister," Lin Weiwei said with a stern face. "Sister, I can protect your safety." Dong Chen clenched his fists and a hint of confidence appeared on his face. "You protect me?" Lin Weiwei looked at Dong Chen, and then burst out laughing. "Chenna, stop joking. Sister doesn't have time to joke with you now." Bang! Without any warning, Dong Chen suddenly stretched out a hand quickly, and then slapped Lin Weiwei's desk lightly. When he moved his hand away, a deep palm print was left on the table. "Sister, don't think that you are the only one who knows martial arts." Dong Chen stared straight into Lin Weiwei's eyes and said, "I, your brother, am no pushover either." Quiet. The office was quiet. Lin Weiwei looked at the palm print on the table with surprise and didn't come back to her senses for a long time. It seemed that she was completely shocked by Dong Chen's move. Dong Chen looked at the palm print he left with a very satisfied look, and then stared into Lin Weiwei's eyes again. After a while, Lin Weiwei suddenly looked at Dong Chen with complicated eyes, and then asked in a very serious tone, "Chenna, tell me honestly, who did you learn martial arts from?" Dong Chen had already thought of the words, and he said calmly, "When I was very young, I met a wandering old man by chance. He saw that I was gifted and predicted that I would become a great man in the future, so he taught me a set of ancient Tai Chi boxing." Ancient Tai Chi. Lin Weiwei's face suddenly changed, as if she had seen something incredible, and she couldn't keep calm anymore. Perhaps seeing that Lin Weiwei's expression was too exaggerated, Dong Chen couldn't help but ask, "This ancient Tai Chi boxing, is it very powerful?" Silence, no words. Lin Weiwei's expression kept changing, and her long eyelashes kept trembling. Finally, she stroked her hair and asked calmly, "Where is the old man who taught you martial arts? Are you still in touch?" "Alas. Ever since he taught me ancient Tai Chi, he seemed to have disappeared out of thin air and has never appeared again." Dong Chen continued to make up stories. "What does that old man look like? Can you give a brief description?" Lin Weiwei's brows suddenly frowned. "Well, white hair, white beard, and a lot of wrinkles on his face. I was too young at that time, and now I can't remember his specific appearance." Dong Chen said casually. "Chenna, you. Sister, why are you asking so many questions? These are not the main point. The main point is that you are in danger now, and I must stay to protect your safety." Chapter 13 Board of Directors. After Dong Chen's constant persuasion, and after seeing Dong Chen's ancient Tai Chi, Lin Weiwei finally reluctantly agreed to let Dong Chen stay with her, but she made 3 rules for him. 1. At any time and under any circumstances, Dong Chen must unconditionally obey Lin Weiwei's orders. 2. Without Lin Weiwei's permission, Dong Chen cannot do anything dangerous, such as investigating the murderer behind the murder without Lin Weiwei's knowledge. 3. If Dong Chen fails to do the above 2 things, Lin Weiwei will send Dong Chen away immediately without any room for negotiation. Dong Chen was really impressed by Lin Weiwei's unreasonable terms. However, in order to stay with her, Dong Chen had to agree reluctantly. Finally, Lin Weiwei warned Dong Chen very seriously, "Chenna, don't let your other 6 sisters know that you know ancient Tai Chi for the time being, especially your eldest sister." "Why?" Dong Chen asked in astonishment. "Don't ask why. If you can't do it, I will send you away immediately and never see you again." Lin Weiwei glared at Dong Chen, and he didn't dare to speak anymore. After a moment, Dong Chen asked cautiously, "Seventh sister, where are my other 6 sisters?" "Har har, they are all very busy and have no time to take care of you, so they entrusted me to take care of you." Lin Weiwei chuckled. Dong Chen. 2:00 in the afternoon. The board of directors met normally. What surprised Dong Chen a little was that there were more than a dozen shareholders, big and small, in the huge conference room. Lin Weiwei is not the only shareholder of the hotel. She only holds 40% of the hotel's shares, while the second largest shareholder holds 30% of the hotel's shares. As for other small shareholders, the shares they hold will not exceed 3% at most. Therefore, Dong Chen's attention naturally focused on this second shareholder. This man's name is Zhang Guanxin, and he looks to be between 50 and 60 years old. Although his hair is grey, his eyes are very sharp, and you can tell at a glance that he is not an ordinary person. There was another person who also caught Dong Chen's attention. He was the general manager of Vienna Hotel, named Zhang Yang. He was also the son of the second largest shareholder, Zhang Guanxin. This guy looks like a decent person, dressed in a suit and leather shoes, with shiny hair, but Dong Chen always feels that he seems to lack some masculine aura. In short, this guy is a bit like a gigolo. After entering the meeting room, Zhang Yang's eyes stayed on Lin Weiwei. As a man, Dong Chen saw through Zhang Yang's thoughts at a glance. It was obvious that this guy had taken a fancy to Lin Weiwei. Wipe! How dare such a pretty boy like this set his sights on Lin Weiwei? Dong Chen immediately showed a hostile look towards Zhang Yang. That look and that expression seemed to be warning Zhang Yang, warning him to stay away from Lin Weiwei. Perhaps sensing Dong Chen's hostility, Zhang Yang immediately shifted his gaze away from Lin Weiwei and fixed it on Dong Chen's face. But when he saw Dong Chen's sunny and handsome face clearly, this guy was stunned at first, and then he actually revealed a hostile look. However, just after Lin Weiwei introduced Dong Chen as her younger brother to everyone, Zhang Yang's eyes changed instantly, from being full of hostility at the beginning to being amiable, and it only took 3 seconds. The chairman's brother is really handsome. Yes. Such a young and promising guy is really rare nowadays. If that brat of mine was half as good as Dong Chen, I would probably wake up laughing in my dreams, right? Har har. Both the brother and sister are outstanding. Listening to the frenzy of flattery in the conference room, Dong Chen couldn't help but break out in a cold sweat, and in his heart he gave a thumbs up to these old guys. Damn it. This is the first time we meet, and you've already praised me so highly. If you knew that I was a delivery man before, I wonder if you could still smile and flatter me again. Next, Lin Weiwei took the opportunity to propose that Dong Chen take over the position of deputy general manager of their hotel. At this moment, the expressions of the group of shareholders who were originally smiling and flattering suddenly froze on their faces. Chairman, I object to this proposal. Well, I object too. Although Dong Chen is your younger brother, he has no experience in managing a hotel after all. I think this move is a bit inappropriate. The position of deputy general manager is obviously very important to our hotel, so we must find a manager with rich experience to take it up. I suggest you contact the headhunting company directly and ask them to recommend excellent talents to us. Well, my opinion agrees with Lao Chen. They are a bunch of shameless old foxes. They were just praising Dong Chen for his good looks and said that he was very outstanding. But when they heard that Lin Weiwei wanted Dong Chen to be the deputy general manager of their hotel, these old foxes immediately raised their objections. Isn't this just slapping yourself in the face? I strongly despise you guys. Lin Weiwei's attitude was very strong. She knocked on the table and said, I'm not here to discuss this matter with you. I'm here to inform you that from today on, Dong Chen will be the deputy general manager of our Vienna hotel. If you have any opinions, just reject them. Simple, direct and rough. This is the domineering aura that emanates from the bones. As the chairman of the Vienna hotel, Lin Weiwei can indeed directly appoint the deputy general manager. If she does not even have this power, then wouldn't her position as chairman be just a decoration? But what surprised Dong Chen was that after Lin Weiwei announced the decision, several small shareholders present subconsciously looked at Zhang Guanxin. Perhaps because they saw that Zhang Guanxin did not speak or show any dissatisfaction, these small shareholders just shut their mouths. Oh my God! This is a dangerous signal. This group of small shareholders do not care about Lin Weiwei's face, but instead care about the face of Zhang Guanxin, the second largest shareholder. What does this mean? And judging from the situation at the scene, most of the shareholders raised objections, and only 2 shareholders supported Lin Weiwei. Could it be that those who raised objections were all on Zhang Guanxin's side? Why do I feel like a storm is coming and there is an undercurrent? Also, since Zhang Guanxin is the second largest shareholder of their hotel, he also has the motive and suspicion of committing the crime. As long as he kills Lin Weiwei, wouldn't he be able to become the chairman naturally? I have to say that Dong Chen seems to be a little too sensitive now. He sees everyone as a suspect. It's not his fault. After all, Lin Weiwei is his sister, and he worries about Lin Weiwei's safety more than anyone else. Fortunately, the meeting went relatively smoothly. Lin Weiwei appointed Dong Chen Wei Hotel's deputy general manager with a strong attitude, and the second largest shareholder Zhang Guangsun and general manager Zhang Yang did not raise any objections. Therefore, after the meeting, everyone recognized Dong Chen's identity as the deputy general manager, and they all came forward to shake hands with Dong Chen, but the smiles on everyone's faces looked a little fake. Chapter 14, A Game. After the board meeting, it was almost time to get off work. Lin Weiwei and Dong Chen were the last to leave the meeting room, but they didn't expect that Zhang Yang would block their way just as they walked out of the door. Zhang Yang had a faint smile on his face, and then he politely asked Lin Weiwei, "Weiwei, I have reserved a table at Maxim's restaurant. I wonder if you can do me a favor and have dinner with me tonight." Lin Weiwei's expression seemed to change, and she said in a serious tone, "General Manager Zhang, I hope you can just call me chairman. Also, the name Weiwei is not something you can just call casually." "Chairman, Zhang Yan's expression suddenly became awkward. "I'm sorry, I'm not free tonight. I appreciate General Manager Zhang's kindness." Lin Weiwei rejected Zhang Yan's invitation without hesitation. Seeing Zhang Yan's frustrated look, Dong Chen couldn't help but smile. "How dare a pretty boy like you pursue my sister? Why don't you go take a piss and look in the mirror?" But Zhang Yang came up with another plan when his first plan failed. He suddenly looked at Dong Chen and said, "Chairman, today is a great day for your brother to be promoted to deputy general manager. The reason why I set up this banquet is to build a good relationship with deputy general manager Dong." If Zhang Yang asked Lin Weiwei to have dinner with him alone, Dong Chen was sure that Lin Weiwei would never accept his invitation. However, Zhang Yang targeted Dong Chen, and Lin Weiwei became hesitant. After all, Dong Chen had just become the deputy general manager, and Zhang Yang was the general manager of the hotel. The general manager invited the deputy general manager to dinner, and it was Zhang Yang who took the initiative to show goodwill. Lin Weiwei simply could not refuse Zhang Yan's invitation on behalf of Dong Chen. So, under Zhang Yan's cordial invitation, Lin Weiwei finally brought Dong Chen to Maxim's restaurant. This is a high-end Western restaurant. All the customers inside are dressed in suits. After Lin Weiwei and Dong Chen walked in, Zhang Yang immediately led them to a dining table. "Sister, sit here." Dong Chen didn't give Zhang Yang any chance. He pulled out a chair and asked Lin Weiwei to sit down. Lin Weiwei smiled faintly, without saying much, and sat down directly on the chair that Dong Chen pulled out. Swish! Dong Chen still didn't give Zhang Yang any chance. He immediately pulled out the chair next to Lin Weiwei and sat down on it. It was obvious that Dong Chen was guarding against Zhang Yang and not letting him have any chance to get close to Lin Weiwei. Cough cough. Zhang Yang coughed twice, and finally had to sit down opposite the two of them. However, when this guy was ordering, he handed the menu in his hand directly to Dong Chen and said, "Xiao Dong, I don't know what you like to eat, why don't you order the dishes yourself?" Before in the hotel, Zhang Yang called Dong Chen Weiwei all the time, which made Dong Chen a little angry. Now he calls Dong Chen Xiao Dong again. What does that mean? Zhang Yang is around 30 years old. Although he is much older than Dong Chen is now the deputy general manager of Vienna Hotel. In terms of position, he is only half a level lower than Zhang Yang. What's more, Dong Chen and Zhang Yang are not familiar with each other, and Zhang Yang calling Dong Chen like that obviously means he is treating him like a child. However, for Lin Weiwei's sake, Dong Chen did not argue with Zhang Yang. He just picked up the menu, ordered a steak at random, and then handed the menu to Lin Weiwei. The atmosphere at the table was a bit awkward. Lin Weiwei didn't talk much, and Dong Chen was concentrating on his steak. Zhang Yang tried to start a conversation several times, but was always brushed off by Lin Weiwei with words like and oh. Seeing that the Western meal was finished and the waiter started to serve dessert, Zhang Yang seemed a little anxious. He rolled his eyes and said to Lin Weiwei, "Lin Weiwei, I have 2 tickets for the Qin and Han Grand Theatre. I wonder if you are going tonight." "Didn't I tell you? I'm not free tonight." Lin Weiwei's face had turned impatient. Tonight, the famous magician Mr. David will come to the Qin Han Grand Theatre to perform a large-scale magic show. I know you are particularly interested in magic, so I asked a friend to get 2 tickets. Zhang Yang seemed to have made sufficient preparations and had also found out Lin Weiwei's preferences in advance. As soon as he mentioned the name of magician David, Lin Weiwei's brows immediately frowned. Perhaps seeing the hesitant expression on Lin Weiwei's face, Zhang Yang immediately said, I recently learned a magic trick. How about I show it to you now? 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Before Lin Weiwei could speak, Dong Chen, who was sitting next to her, suddenly sneered and said, Har har, magic is just a trick to deceive people. What's so good about it? Xiao Dong, you can't say that. Although everyone knows that magic is just a trick, the process of how it happens and those incredible effects are exactly what makes it so charming, aren't they? Although Zhang Yang's words could not be refuted, Dong Chen obviously would not give him any chance to perform. Dong Chen smiled and said, I also happen to know a magic trick, and no one has been able to decipher it yet. Sister, do you want to see my magic trick? Dong Chen said the last sentence to Lin Weiwei, and Lin Weiwei really showed an interested look. She asked half-doubtingly, Chenna, can you do magic? If you don't believe me, I can show you now. Dong Chen's mouth corners slightly raised. Okay, then can you perform a magic trick for me, your sister, now? Lin Weiwei also laughed. Wait a moment. At this moment, Zhang Yang suddenly interrupted the conversation between the siblings. He rubbed his hands and said, how about this, I have prepared a magic trick, and Xiao Dong also said that he can do magic, why don't I compete with Xiao Dong? Whoever's magic is better and whoever's magic is more unpredictable will win. If I win by chance, I hope you can accompany me to watch Teacher David's magic show, okay? Zhang Yang's last sentence was directed to Lin Weiwei. It seemed that this guy was very confident in his magic, so he dared to compete with Dong Chen. This. Lin Weiwei showed hesitation on her face, but before she could finish her words, Dong Chen, who was sitting next to her, took the initiative to agree on her behalf. Okay. Let's do as you say. If you win, my sister will accompany you to watch Teacher David's magic show tonight. Dong Chen said with a smile. Chenna, you. Lin Weiwei was suddenly startled, and then looked at Dong Chen angrily and annoyed. But Dong Chen ignored Lin Weiwei and said to Zhang Yang, if you can't beat me, don't bother my sister anymore. What do you think of my suggestion? Quiet. The table suddenly became quiet. A look of astonishment flashed across Lin Weiwei's face, as if she had not expected Dong Chen to make such a request. On the other hand, Zhang Yang was stunned at first, and then his brows slightly frowned. Har har, don't say that my sister doesn't give you any chance. Now there is a great opportunity right in front of you, It depends on whether you can seize it. The smile on Dong Chen's face became more and more mysterious. Maybe he thought it was a rare opportunity, or maybe he was very confident in his magic. Anyway, after a moment of hesitation, Zhang Yang immediately agreed and said, okay. I bet with you. Okay. Can you please start your performance? Wait a moment, I have to get the props out first. No hurry, we have time to wait for you. Chapter 15 Magic. During the entire process of the bet between Dong Chen and Zhang Yang, Dong Chen never asked for Lin Weiwei's opinion from beginning to end. Although Lin Weiwei was very annoyed, she couldn't help but be curious. She wanted to see what kind of magic Dong Chen could perform and why he was so confident that he even dared to use his own sister as a bet. So, Lin Weiwei chose to remain silent, but she was thinking in her heart that if Dong Chen lost the bet, she would beat him up when she got home. Then, Zhang Yang smiled confidently, pulled out a black handkerchief from his jacket pocket and said, look carefully, there's only a handkerchief in my hand, nothing else, right? As Zhang Yang shook the handkerchief, Dong Chen and Lin Weiwei's eyes were instantly focused on the handkerchief. Zhang Yang was smiling and holding the handkerchief. Suddenly, his wrist shook. After a slight swish sound, a gorgeous rose appeared in his hand without any warning. Huh! Lin Weiwei let out a light exclamation, seeming to be stunned by Zhang Yang's move. Dong Chen knew that the flower must have been hidden in advance, otherwise it would not jump out of thin air. However, Dong Chen really couldn't figure out how and where the flower was hidden. Zhang Yang smiled and handed the rose to Lin Weiwei, saying, Lin Weiwei, this is for you. Lin Weiwei didn't reach out to take the rose. She just clapped her hands and said, it's quite interesting. Although I often see this kind of magic on TV, this is the first time I've seen such a performance so close in real life. Swish! Zhang Yang was still in the gesture of handing over the rose, but unexpectedly Dong Chen took the flower from his hand. Har har! General Manager Zhang's magic is really wonderful. Now it's my turn to perform, right? Dong Chen smiled and said, due to the tight schedule, I haven't prepared any magic props. I wonder if I can borrow General Manager Zhang's roses. Zhang Yang was slightly stunned. Although there was a flash of anger in his eyes, he smiled and said, "Okay, since Xiao Dong hasn't prepared any magic props, why don't you use this rose?" Next, Dong Chen rolled up his sleeves and held the rose in his hands. He then smiled and said to Lin Weiwei, "Sister, please don't blink. My magic is very fast and can be done in the blink of an eye." At this moment, not only Lin Weiwei, but even Zhang Yang looked at Dong Chen's palm with curiosity. Swish! It happened so fast that Dong Chen quickly closed his palms and then opened them again. The rose that was originally lying in his palms disappeared out of thin air. Huh? Where are the roses? Lin Weiwei's face immediately showed a surprised expression. Could it be that you threw it under the table? Zhang Yang actually lifted the tablecloth and looked under the table. Har har. How about it? Are you surprised? Looking at the surprised expressions of the two people, Dong Chen finally couldn't help laughing. Where did the roses go? If someone could see through Dong Chen's sign-in system, they would definitely find that in the first slot of the system's inventory, there lay a gorgeous rose. The inventory can not only store treasures produced by the system, but also store items in reality. It is like the space ring in fantasy novels. As long as Dong Chen has a thought, he can instantly put anything into the inventory. Perhaps in order to convince Zhang Yang completely, Dong Chen suddenly said with a smile, "Don't worry, my magic show is not over yet." Dong Chen raised his hands and turned them back and forth several times in front of Lin Weiwei and Zhang Yang. "Look carefully, I don't have anything in my hands." Dong Chen deliberately reminded the two. Next, Dong Chen quickly closed his palms, and then quickly opened them again. At this moment, a gorgeous rose appeared out of thin air in his empty palms. Har har, I turned the rose back into a flower. Dong Chen's mouth corners slightly raised again. Zhang Yang. Lin Weiwei. Dong Chen's trick was much better than Zhang Yang's. Not only did he roll up his sleeves, but he also made the rose disappear with his own hands without using any props. What is even more infuriating is that this guy turned the disappeared rose back into place in front of everyone. Of course, if Dong Chen had not obtained the sign-in system and had not used the system's inventory function, he would not have been able to complete this magic trick. But, others don't know Dong Chen's secret. So in the eyes of the audience, Dong Chen's magic is of course amazing. Night. Lin Weiwei and Dong Chen returned to Jingyuan Shueishu Villa district. But as soon as the two of them walked into the living room, Lin Weiwei leaned on the sofa and said to Dong Chen with a stern face, "Chenner, come here." Dong Chen looked at Lin Weiwei in surprise, then walked to her side without saying a word and sat down next to her. "Turn around and lie down," Lin Weiwei said expressionlessly. Why do you have to lie down?" Dong Chen asked in confusion. Swish. Lin Weiwei did not answer Dong Chen's question. She suddenly turned her head and stared at Dong Chen with extremely calm eyes, which made Dong Chen feel uneasy. Okay, I'll lie down." Dong Chen felt a little weak in his heart, then he turned around and lay down on the sofa. Bang! Without any warning, Lin Weiwei raised her hand and slapped Dong Chen hard on the butt. This frightened Dong Chen so much that he jumped up from the sofa like a spring. "Sister, why did you hit me?" Dong Chen covered his burning buttocks, and his face was also burning. "What's going on? How can you just start taking action like that? Also, why don't you hit me anywhere else? Why do you have to hit someone's butt? Sister, I'm not a child anymore. I have to save face too. Why should I hit you? Don't you know what's going on?" Lin Weiwei actually reached out and patted the sofa, then continued to say to Dong Chen, "Come here, keep lying down." "No." Dong Chen replied, shaking his head violently. "Are you so brave? You actually dare to use your sister as a bet? What if you lose? Are you going to sell me out?" Lin Weiwei stared at Dong Chen. "Sister, you didn't lose, did you? Besides, Zhang Yang lost the bet, so he won't bother you again. I worked so hard to drive away a fly for you, how could you still hit me? Oh. So I have to thank you. Har har, why should we be polite to each other? You're welcome, really. Come here. Sister, I'm sleepy. I'm going upstairs to sleep first. Hey. You dare to run. Good night, sis." Chapter 16, Sister vs. Brother. Nightfall. Dong Chen returned to his room, but just as he was about to take a shower, there was a knock on the door, and Lin Weiwei's voice was heard outside the door. "Chenna, change your clothes for me and come to the gym downstairs. I'll wait for you." There was no emotion in Lin Weiwei's tone. "Sister, what are you going to do?" Dong Chen suddenly became nervous. "Don't you know ancient Tai Chi? I'm in need of a practice partner. It's still early, so come down and practice with me for a while," Lin Weiwei said through the door. "Sister, I'm ready to take a shower." Dong Chen showed a look of embarrassment on his face. "Come or not, it's up to you." After Lin Weiwei said this, she turned around and left Dong Chen's door. Judging from the sound of her footsteps, Lin Weiwei seemed to be walking downstairs. Dong Chen was so depressed. Lin Weiwei asked him to be her sparring partner. To put it nicely, she wanted Dong Chen to practice with her. To put it bluntly, she was using Dong Chen as a sandbag and then venting her anger. This morning, when the two were trapped in the elevator, Dong Chen was shocked by Lin Weiwei's two powerful punches. He still remembers it vividly. If those two punches had hit a person, I wonder if it would have caused a big crack like an elevator door. Go? Or not? After a while, Dong Chen couldn't resist the urge to exercise, so he quickly changed into a set of sportswear and ran to the gym downstairs. The gym is spacious, with wooden floors and is very clean. The fitness equipment originally placed in the room has been moved to the corners. Lin Weiwei has changed into a set of sportswear, including a black vest, black sports pants, white running shoes, and even her long hair has been tied up. At this moment, she is squatting on the ground doing stretching exercises. "Are you here?" Lin Weiwei asked without turning her head. Dong Chen glanced at Lin Weiwei's body, and his gaze finally stopped on her buttocks. It was an almost perfect arc, especially the half-squatting posture, which made the arc reach its extreme state. Plop, plop, plop. Dong Chen's heartbeat couldn't help but speed up a little, and he even swallowed subconsciously and said, "Sister, you have a great figure. Har har, do you think that I, your sister, will let you go just by saying a few sweet words?" Lin Weiwei suddenly turned around and gave Dong Chen a malicious look. "Oh." Dong Chen was slightly stunned, then pursed his lips and said, "Sister, you have already hit me just now, are you still angry? What do you think?" Lin Weiwei had a half-smile on her face. Dong Chen couldn't help but narrow his eyes. He changed his timid expression and said in a confident tone, "Sister, aren't you afraid that you will lose more than you gain and get severely punished by me?" "Really?" Lin Weiwei smiled and said, "Chenna, where do you get your confidence from? Is it just based on your 10 years of internal strength?" Dong Chen was suddenly shocked and asked, "How do you know I have 10 years of internal strength?" "Lin Weiwei, stop talking nonsense. I will not show mercy to your sister. Dong Chen, you." As soon as the words fell, Lin Weiwei, who had been calm, suddenly had a stern look in her eyes, and then she took a step forward. Lin Weiwei grabbed Dong Chen's arm with lightning speed, then turned her back quickly and threw him over her shoulder. Dong Chen was suddenly shocked. He never expected that Lin Weiwei's speed was so fast. In just a blink of an eye, his arm was firmly grasped by her. So, Dong Chen subconsciously used his other hand to hold down Lin Weiwei's shoulders tightly, and exerted force suddenly, trying to use this method to stabilize his body. However, it was too late. Dong Chen felt his whole body lighten up, and then floated up. After a brief dizziness, he immediately fell to the ground with a bang. Hum. There was also a painful touch on his back. Damn it. No way. My buddy was knocked to the ground by Lin Weiwei after just one encounter? Har har. Lin Weiwei's fierce aura subsided slightly, and then she smiled and asked, "You kid don't want to fight me seriously, right?" Dong Chen quickly got up from the floor, and then said with a slightly red face, "Sister, this is called a sneak attack, young people have no martial ethics." Har har. Can you call this a sneak attack? Lin Weiwei laughed. She pointed at Dong Chen's nose and said, "If I were to sneak attack you, you would have fallen to the floor the moment you opened the door and walked in." Dong Chen. Again. Good. You have to be serious this time, do you hear me? Dong Chen finally stopped underestimating her and started with the starting posture of ancient Tai Chi. No matter what, he must not let Lin Weiwei knock him down again this time, because it would be too embarrassing. Lin Weiwei's expression changed again. It was hard to imagine that such a gentle and dignified woman would reveal such a murderous look. Swish. Soon, Lin Weiwei attacked again. She threw a straight punch towards Dong Chen's face. Dong Chen was not slow either. He immediately raised his hand to block it, and their palms collided. Bang! After a muffled sound, Dong Chen actually retracted his arm as if in pain, but Lin Weiwei took advantage of the situation and used a shoulder throw in the blink of an eye, and threw Dong Chen to the ground again. Damn it! This trick again? Dong Chen didn't even have the chance to resist. He fell to the ground in the blink of an eye. His whole body was in pain. This fall was so severe. He even saw stars. Can you please be more serious, kid? Where is your ancient Tai Chi skills? How about using the opponent's force to counterattack? How about using softness to overcome hardness? Lin Weiwei asked with a frown. What the hell? I've just learned ancient Tai Chi and have never used it in actual combat. You start with an overthus holder throw at such a fast speed. How do you expect me to break your moves? Although he felt bitter, Dong Chen still got up from the ground and once again assumed an attacking posture, his eyes fixed on Lin Weiwei's toes. Perhaps sensing some changes in Dong Chen's aura, Lin Weiwei also became cautious. After the two looked at each other, Lin Weiwei took the initiative to attack again and grabbed Dong Chen's neck. Facing Lin Weiwei's clutches, Dong Chen subconsciously drew an arc with his left hand, and then gently patted Lin Weiwei's wrist. This is not over yet. As Lin Weiwei was very strong, Dong Chen immediately pushed his left hand to the side, and then drew a circle in the air with Lin Weiwei's arm. In this way, the force of Lin Weiwei's claw was completely removed by Dong Chen. Huh? Is this really ancient Tai Chi? Lin Weiwei let out a slight exclamation, but her attack did not stop. She suddenly trembled her right leg, and then she kicked Dong Chen's right rib with a whip-like kick. Puff! Dong Chen calmly stretched out his right palm, then made a downward movement and steadily blocked Lin Weiwei's whip kick. Drink! Lin Weiwei's attack was not over yet. After her whip kick was blocked, she threw a left hook directly at Dong Chen's temple. Damn it! Are you so cruel? I am your brother. It would be fine if you don't love me, but how can you bear to hurt me? Whoosh! It happened so fast that Dong Chen suddenly raised up his right hand, which had just been pressed down, and quickly wrapped it around Lin Weiwei's left hook. Then, he bent his arm and clamped her forearm directly into his elbow. Drink! Lin Weiwei, whose left hand had been locked, threw out a right hook, but this right hook went from bottom to top, directly hitting Dong Chen's chin. Whoosh! Everyone thought Dong Chen had no way to avoid it, but at the critical moment, he took a step forward and instantly reduced the distance between himself and Lin Weiwei to 0. This is not over yet. Dong Chen raised his left arm and clamped Lin Weiwei's right arm under his armpit. Then, both of Lin Weiwei's hands were locked tightly by Dong Chen. Drink! Lin Weiwei's attack was not over yet. With her arms locked, she actually shook her left leg and then directly hit Dong Chen's most vulnerable part. Dong Chen was immediately frightened. He never expected that Lin Weiwei could be so cruel. In a hurry, Dong Chen could only clamp his legs together desperately, trying to use this method to resist Lin Weiwei's attack. Perhaps she finally realized that this move was too dangerous, so after Lin Weiwei kicked out with a whip kick, she immediately retracted 90% of the strength. Puff! Dong Chen managed to clamp Lin Weiwei's left leg without any danger. Of course, he was also scared and broke out in a cold sweat. If Lin Weiwei had not retracted her strength in time, Dong Chen didn't know whether he would be able to see the sun tomorrow. Sister, you are too cruel, aren't you? Dong Chen couldn't help but complain. Lin Weiwei blushed and explained awkwardly, I'm sorry, I just reacted subconsciously. Chenner, let me go first. No. Dong Chen tightened his arms. Instead of letting go of Lin Weiwei, he locked her even tighter. Chenna, I've already told you that I didn't do it on purpose. It was just a subconscious action. You, let me go first. Lin Weiwei's pretty face had turned red all the way to her neck, because Dong Chen was too close to her. The two of them were almost stuck together. At this distance, Lin Weiwei could even clearly feel Dong Chen's heartbeat. No. Dong Chen still didn't let go of his hands. He said angrily, what if I let go of you and you take the opportunity to attack me? Who can I ask for justice? Chenna, if you don't let me go, I'll be angry. I won't let go. Are you going to bite me? You? Ouch. You really bit me. Hiss. Be gentle. It hurts, it hurts. Chapter 17 Superpower Items. It's late at night and everyone is asleep. Dong Chen lay in bed alone, tossing and turning but unable to fall asleep. Recalling the battle with Lin Weiwei tonight, Dong Chen couldn't help but clench his hands excitedly. Is this the ancient Tai Chi? Has my buddy become a martial arts master without realizing it? So awesome. After being excited for a while, Dong Chen looked at the wall clock again. It was less than 5 minutes until midnight, so he immediately got up from the bed and quickly opened the sign-in system. Host, Dong Chen. Number of checkings, 3. Number of consecutive checkings at the same location, 2. Inventory, 0:10. Time remaining until next sign-in, 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Current status, unable to sign in. Dong Chen lit a cigarette for himself with a little excitement, then stared at the countdown quietly and waited silently. When the countdown ended, the current status column also became available for signing in, so Dong Chen immediately put out the cigarette in his hand and quickly said silently, "I want to sign in." Swish! A familiar white light flashed before his eyes, and the next second, a series of electronic prompt sounds rang in Dong Chen's ears. Ding! Congratulations to host Dong Chen for signing in successfully. Ding! Congratulations to host Dong Chen for obtaining 2 superpower items. Ding! The reward has been sent to their host's inventory, please check it. Dong Chen's eyelids trembled slightly, and then he opened the system inventory without hesitation. The familiar 10-grid backpack appeared in Dong Chen's field of vision, and in the first and second grids of the backpack, there appeared a bracelet and an eraser respectively. Protective bracelet item. After wearing this bracelet, you can resist 1 fatal attack. Note, non-fatal attacks cannot trigger the protective effect. This item is a one-time consumable, so please use it with caution. Eraser prop can clean up all patterns, colors, stains, marks, etc. on the surface of an object. Note, this prop cannot change the shape of the target, can only act on the surface of the object, and has a certain limit on the number of uses. After reading this detailed introduction, Dong Chen couldn't help but take out the 2 props, and held them in his hands to observe them repeatedly. Eraser was just an ordinary eraser. Dong Chen studied it for quite a while but didn't find anything magical about it, so he put the eraser into the inventory and turned to look at the bracelet. The material of the protective bracelet is neither gold nor jade, but is composed of several emerald green leaves. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary item that can be found everywhere in roadside stalls, but if you look closely, it seems that each leaf exudes a faint glow. Can withstand a fatal attack. Is it so magical? If I wear this bracelet, doesn't it mean I have an extra life? At this moment, Lin Weiwei's figure instantly emerged in Dong Chen's mind. Whether it was the car accident yesterday or the elevator crash today, Dong Chen felt a deep sense of crisis. No. This protective bracelet must be worn by Lin Weiwei. And she can't take it off casually. I looked up at the wall clock. It was already 12:30 in the morning. Maybe Lin Weiwei had fallen asleep at this time? But after hesitating for a while, Dong Chen still got up from the bed. A few minutes later, Dong Chen, wearing only a set of pajamas, gently knocked on Lin Weiwei's bedroom door. Unexpectedly, Lin Weiwei's voice soon came from the room. Who is it? Sister, it's me. Dong Chen touched his nose awkwardly and replied. Chenna? Wait a moment. There was a burst of giggling sounds coming from the room, followed by footsteps. Not long after, the door in front of him was gently opened. As a faint scent of perfume wafted over, Dong Chen couldn't help but squint his eyes, and then looked straight at Lin Weiwei standing in front of him. At the same time, Dong Chen's heartbeat seemed to speed up a little. At this moment, Lin Weiwei was wearing only a black silk nightgown, with 2 thin straps draped over her petite shoulders. Her plump breasts seemed to be swaying gently, and the hem of the nightgown could not cover her long, beautiful legs. These are not the main points. The main point is that Lin Weiwei didn't seem to be wearing any underwear, so Dong Chen's face turned red. Chenna, what's wrong? Lin Weiwei stroked her hair and looked at Dong Chen with curiosity. That. Dong Chen quickly moved his gaze away, but couldn't help but look at Lin Weiwei with his eyes slanted. In short, he looked as if he wanted to look but didn't dare to look, which was an extremely contradictory expression. Har har, you couldn't sleep in the middle of the night, so you wanted me, your sister, to sleep with you, right? Lin Weiwei suddenly chuckled. Damn it. It would have been fine if Lin Weiwei didn't smile, but when she smiled, the plumpness of her chest also nodded, making Dong Chen even more embarrassed. Sister, what are you talking about? Who wants to sleep with you? Dong Chen rolled his eyes in annoyance and replied. Then what are you doing? A hint of doubt flashed in Lin Weiwei's eyes. Perhaps he wanted to make a quick decision and didn't want to continue the awkward situation. Dong Chen raised the protective bracelet in his hand and said, Sister, this is a gift from me to you. A gift? For me? Lin Weiwei was slightly stunned when she heard that, and then quickly took the bracelet that Dong Chen handed over. Then, Lin Weiwei held the bracelet in her hand, turning it over and over to examine it several times. Finally, she showed a hint of love on her face and said, What a beautiful bracelet. Chenna, thank you. Perhaps seeing that Lin Weiwei liked the bracelet very much, Dong Chen couldn't help but heave a sigh of relief and said, Sister, I have a small request, I hope you can agree to it. What request? Sister, I hope that after you put on this bracelet, you will never take it off again. You can't take it off whether you are working, sleeping, eating, bathing or swimming. Why? Dong Chen scratched the back of his head. For a moment, he couldn't think of a suitable reason to explain to Lin Weiwei what to do. Dong Chen's eyes rolled, and then he raised his left wrist and said, Sister, this watch is a gift from you. Look at me, I can't bear to take it off when I sleep. And then Lin Weiwei looked at Dong Chen with a smile. So, I hope you don't take this bracelet off easily, otherwise, I will be very sad. Dong Chen deliberately pretended to be pitiful, because he knew that Lin Weiwei would definitely fall for it. Sure enough, when she saw Dong Chen acting like a spoiled child, Lin Weiwei couldn't help but stretch out a finger, then gently tapped Dong Chen's forehead and said, You're already so old, but you're still acting like a spoiled child in front of your sister. Okay, I promise you, are you satisfied now? Well, sister is so nice. Dong Chen smiled. Do you want to wear it now? Yes, wear it now. Then you come and put it on your sister. Good. Chapter 18 First Day in Office. The next day, 6 a.m. Dong Chen was still sleeping soundly on the bed, but suddenly the quilt was pulled open by someone, and then Lin Weiwei's voice rang in Dong Chen's ears. Chenna, it's time to get up. Dong Chen, who had not yet woken up, opened his eyes hazily, only to see Lin Weiwei standing beside the bed, looking at him with an extremely strange look. Sister, why did you come in? Dong Chen asked in a daze. I knocked on the door for a long time, but you didn't respond at all, so I had to come in and lift the quilt myself. Lin Weiwei couldn't help but roll her eyes at Dong Chen. Huh? What time is it now? Don't you have to go to work at 9 o'clock? Hurry up and get up, wash up, and take me to the airport later. I have to catch a flight at 8 o'clock today. What? You're going on a business trip. It's not a business trip, it's some personal business. Dong Chen also didn't expect that Lin Weiwei would actually go on a long journey, and she was going out alone to do things when someone wanted to assassinate her. What's the meaning? Is this an attempt to lure the snake out of its hole? But, can you at least take me, your brother, with you? How can I feel at ease when you go on a long journey alone? What made Dong Chen extremely depressed was that no matter what he said, Lin Weiwei's attitude was still so firm that she always refused to take Dong Chen with her on the long journey. In the end, Dong Chen couldn't help but start to wonder, was Lin Weiwei sneaking out alone to go on a date with her old lover? Otherwise, why didn't she want to take Dong Chen with her? What was there to hide and not let it be seen in the open? Facing Dong Chen's questioning, Lin Weiwei directly knocked him hard on the head and said, What are you thinking about? I'm going to Shijing City to find your elder sister this time. Besides, your sister has never even had a relationship, so where did she get an old lover from? Hearing that Lin Weiwei had never been in a relationship, Dong Chen immediately became happy. He smiled and said, Sister, are you a virgin? Dong Chen. Are you itching for trouble? Lin Weiwei's eyes widened again. Sister, what are you thinking about? I'm asking about your zodiac sign. Do you understand zodiac signs? I'm a Leo, and you? Virgo. Dong Chen smiled even more brightly. I'm a Sagittarius. Oh, so you're not a virgin? Dong tilder Chen. Ouch. I was just kidding. Sis, why did you hit me again? Because you're asking for fight. Around 7:30 a.m., Dong Chen drove Lin Weiwei to the airport. After watching her pass the security check, he left the airport hall, looking back every few steps. To be honest, although it was only a short 3 days, Lin Weiwei's shadow had been deeply engraved in Dong Chen's heart. Her caring eyes, doting tone, careful and considerate actions. Although a little violent occasionally, Lin Weiwei really loves Dong Chen from the bottom of her heart. After finally experiencing the feeling of being cared for, Lin Weiwei now has to go on a long journey. Dong Chen doesn't know how long he will be separated from her, so naturally he feels reluctant to let her go. With a hint of melancholy, Dong Chen drove Lin Weiwei's limited edition Ferrari sports car and hurried to the Vienna International Hotel before 9 o'clock in the morning. The Deputy General Manager's office is on the 29th floor of their hotel. When Dong Chen walked to the door, he found that the office door had been opened. When he was wondering, there was suddenly a slight movement from inside. Anyone? Dong Chen was slightly stunned, and then he realized that there was a figure swaying in the office, and it was a woman. Because Dong Chen saw a very plump butt at first glance, and men's butts are generally not that big, and the curves are not that round. What's more, men don't wear hip skirts and black stockings. Dong Chen coughed twice and then walked into the office. The woman who was tidying up her desk immediately turned around and looked at Dong Chen. This is a mature woman about 30 years old, with long hair that seems to be dyed brown. She has a very beautiful face, giving people the feeling of a beautiful girl next door. However, her hips are very big and her figure is quite plump. The small hip skirt and white shirt seem to be unable to cover her body. "Excuse me, who are you?" Dong Chen asked politely. The woman stroked her hair shyly, then smiled and said, "Vice President Dong, you are here. I am Li Yang, the chairman's assistant. Entrusted by the chairman, I am here to serve as your secretary. Just now, I noticed that your desk was a little messy, so I took the initiative to tidy it up for you." Li Yang? Lin Weiwei's assistant. Of course Dong Chen knew Li Yang. Before he came, Lin Weiwei told him that she would arrange her assistant to be Dong Chen's secretary, and also asked Dong Chen to learn more from Li Yang. Thinking of this, Dong Chen smiled faintly and said, "It turns out to be assistant Li, stop busying yourself. Just ask the cleaning staff to do this kind of trivial matter. You are embarrassing me. Har, shall I make you a cup of tea?" No. Li Yang waved her hands and said, "How can I ask Vice President Dong to make tea himself? Let me do it." Li Yang did not look down on Dong Chen because of his youth. Instead, she showed great respect for him. She quickly turned around and made a cup of tea, which she carefully brought to Dong Chen. The tea is delicious. Dong Chen also felt Li Yang's enthusiasm. Dong Chen can still fully trust this woman who was Lin Weiwei's assistant and now has become his secretary. So Dong Chen got straight to the point and said, "Secretary Li, I don't want to beat around the bush and say any nonsense. I have never been a manager and I don't even have any experience in managing a hotel, so in my future work." Li Yang listened to Dong Chen carefully, her eyes moving slightly downwards, not directly on Dong Chen's face, but on his collar. But when she heard what Dong Chen said next, Li Yang suddenly raised her eyelids and stared straight into Dong Chen's eyes. "So, in the future, you will help me deal with all matters, big and small. As for me, well, I have more important things to do." "Vice President Dong, what do you mean?" Li Yang didn't seem to react, and there was a hint of confusion on her face. Har, what I mean is that you will sit in this office from now on, and my work will be fully in your hands." Dong Chen replied with a smile. How can this be possible?" Li Yang quickly shook her head and said, "If I say yes, it means yes." Dong Chen said with a straight face. "But, the chairman. I'll explain it to her myself. Vice President Dong. That's it. I have something else to deal with. If you encounter something important and can't make a decision on your own, call me then, okay?" Chapter 19, Taking Kickbacks. Morning. Dong Chen left the Vienna hotel directly and went to the nearby police station. Although Lin Weiwei repeatedly warned him not to investigate the murderer behind the scenes privately, Dong Chen would not do as he was told. Dong Chen thought that the police had found some clues about Zhao Xiaochuan's poisoning death, but he found that he had thought too simply. The police collected evidence at the scene and checked Zhao Xiaochuan's call records, WeChat chat records, internet records, etc., and finally came to the conclusion that Zhao Xiachuan died of food poisoning. It was just an accident, not murder. Damn it. So how do you explain the incident in which Zhao Xiachuan entered the chairman's private elevator and tampered with it, ultimately causing it to crash? But the police responded that there was no direct evidence to prove that Zhao Xiachuan had tampered with the elevator. Because their hotel's surveillance did not capture the scene of Zhao Xiachuan tampering with the elevator, and no tools were found in Zhao Xiachuan's home. In addition, Zhao Xiachuan was already dead, so the police could not get any clues from him. All in all, the police cannot directly define Zhao Xiachuan as the murderer of their elevator crash incident. Therefore, Dong Chen's trip to the police station was in vain. After leaving the police station, it was already noon. Dong Chen found a roadside stall and ate a bowl of noodles. Finally, he returned to the Vienna International Hotel in a bad mood. Just at this time, Li Yang called Dong Chen and said that there was a document waiting for him to approve. It seemed to be an application submitted by the purchasing department, which must be signed by him as the deputy general manager before it could be approved. So after Dong Chen parked the car, he immediately hurried back to his office. Squeak! Pushing open the door of the office, the figures of Li Yang and a middle-aged man came into Dong Chen's sight. Vice President Dong. Vice President Dong, you're here. As soon as they saw Dong Chen coming in, Li Yang and the middle-aged man stood up and nodded to Dong Chen. Vice President Dong, this is Zhu Darhai, the manager of our hotel's purchasing department. Li Yang quickly introduced him to Dong Chen. Hello, Manager Zhu. Dong Chen smiled and extended a hand to the other party. Hello, Vice President Dong. Zhu Darhai smiled and shook Dong Chen's hand. After some polite exchanges, Li Yang handed a document directly to Dong Chen, and then ran over to make a cup of tea and brought it to Dong Chen. Dong Chen didn't say anything polite. He picked up the teacup, took a sip of tea, and looked directly at the document in his hand. This is an ordinary purchase application, which roughly means that the employees' uniforms are old and now they plan to apply for a new batch of uniforms for the employees. This document has been approved by the purchasing department, the housekeeping department and the administrative office. The only thing missing is the signature of Deputy General Manager Dong Chen. Dong Chen didn't think much about it. He just changed the uniform. It didn't cost much anyway, not to mention that it also involved the image of the hotel. So he signed his name on the document with a big stroke of his pen. To be honest, this was Dong Chen's first time as a leader and also his first time signing a document. Although it was just a small document, the feeling was pretty good. But Dong Chen never expected that such an ordinary document would almost lead him to an irretrievable fate. Around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the people from the purchasing department took hundreds of sets of clothes and shoes directly to the Vienna International Hotel. This move greatly increased Dong Chen's favorability towards the purchasing department. The efficiency is so fast that they must give it a 5-star rating. Not long after, Zhu Darhai brought a fat middle-aged man to Dong Chen's office. After the introduction, Dong Chen learned that this fat middle-aged man was the owner of the factory that produced these clothes and shoes. The boss's name is Xiaobo. He owns a medium-sized clothing factory in Xiangnan City. He can be considered a successful person, right? After a brief chat, Zhu Darhai made up an excuse and left the office, and Li Yang went to the purchasing department in person to confirm whether there were any problems with the batch of clothes, so only Dong Chen and Xiaobo were left in the office. At a certain moment, Xiaobo stood up calmly, then turned around and locked the office door. This action made Dong Chen a little confused. Why would he lock the door in broad daylight? Etc. 2 grown men were in the same room, and this guy even locked the door. Oh my god. Is this Xiaobo a homosexual? Just when Dong Chen showed a vigilant expression, Xiaobo took out an envelope from his pocket and put it directly on the desk, then said with a wry smile, Vice President Dong, please accept this. Huh. Dong Chen was slightly stunned, then looked at Xiaobo in confusion and asked, Boss Xiao, what is this? 10%. Boss Xiao smiled and explained, Vice President Dong, this is the market situation. Our factory is small and the profit is thin. Please take care of our business in the future. Well, every industry has its own rules. Next time, if you set a higher price on your invoice, we can give you more rebates. Dong Chen's heart moved, and then he opened the envelope and saw that there was indeed a stack of $100 bills inside. Damn it. Is this the legendary kickback? I didn't expect to encounter such a thing on my first day in office. For a moment, Dong Chen really didn't know whether to cry or laugh. Vice President Dong, I won't disturb your rest. We will cooperate often in the future. I understand the rules. Thank you for taking care of my business. After Xiaobo said this, without giving Dong Chen any chance to speak, he quickly turned around, opened the office door, and walked out with big strides. Hey! Boss Xiao, wait a moment. Dong Chen hurriedly chased after him holding the envelope, but Xiaobo walked too fast. By the time Dong Chen chased after him, he had already entered the elevator. Damn it! Isn't this guy running away too fast? But then again, it turns out that money can be made so easily, no wonder everyone wants to be a leader. Dong Chen stared at the envelope in his hand for a long time, and finally shook his head in a helpless smile. How much money can be put in an envelope? At most, it's only 20,000 or 30,000 yuan. Is he someone who needs this little money? Seeing that Boss Xiao had left in a hurry, even if Dong Chen wanted to return the money to him, it was too late. So after thinking for a while, Dong Chen decided to hand over the money to the finance department. Ding-a-ling. Just when Dong Chen was about to go to the finance department, his cell phone suddenly rang. He took out his phone and saw that the call was from Zhang Yang. After the call was connected, before Dong Chen could say anything, Zhang Yang on the other end of the phone told him in an urgent tone to go to the general manager's office immediately, saying that there was something important to discuss. So Dong Chen had to return to his office first and put the envelope containing the money directly into the first drawer of his desk. According to Dong Chen's idea, this kickback was not a big deal at all. He could just wait until he came out of Zhang Yang's office and then hand over the money to the finance department. But Dong Chen never expected that just because of this delay, a video titled "Deputy General Manager of Vienna Hotel Takes Kickbacks" was uploaded to their hotel's WeChat work group. Chapter 20 was secretly photographed. Vienna International Hotel. Dong Chen had just arrived at the general manager's office and had just met Zhang Yang. Before he could even sit down, the cell phone in his pocket rang again. This time, the call was from Li Yang. Dong Chen didn't think much about it and answered the call directly in front of Zhang Yang. Vice President Dong, where are you now? Li Yang's tone seemed a little anxious. I'm in the general manager's office. What's the matter? Dong Chen asked in confusion. Vice President Dong, are you free to talk now? Li Yang suddenly lowered her voice and said. Well, that's convenient. Let's talk about it quickly. Dong Chen glanced at Zhang Yang, who was sitting not far away, and then subconsciously moved the phone from his left ear to his right ear. Vice President Dong, this is only your first day in office. How can you take kickbacks? Even if you did take kickbacks, it doesn't matter, but can you please make sure the surroundings are safe first? Li Yang's words immediately frightened Dong Chen. How did she know that he accepted an envelope of money from Boss Xiao? Assistant Li, what on earth happened? Dong Chen's expression suddenly became serious. Vice President Dong, why don't you open WeChat and take a look? Our hotel's work group has been in an uproar. Li Yang's tone revealed a deep sense of powerlessness. What's going on? Dong Chen also had an ominous premonition in his heart. Alas! I don't know who uploaded the video of you taking kickbacks to the work group. Now, every department has spread the video. Vice President Dong, you. Dong Chen could no longer hear what Li Yang said next. He hung up the phone quickly and opened WeChat. As expected, he saw a video in the work group titled "Deputy General Manager of Vienna Hotel Takes Kickbacks." When he clicked on the video, Dong Chen's face suddenly became even uglier. The video starts with Xiaobo handing an envelope to Dong Chen and ends with Dong Chen putting the envelope in the drawer. In just a few tens of seconds, the entire process of Dong Chen's taking kickbacks was perfectly captured. Xiao Dong, what's going on? Can you explain it to me? Zhang Yang's voice suddenly reached Dong Chen's ears. Dong Chen suddenly turned his head and looked. He didn't know when, a video of Dong Chen taking kickbacks appeared on Zhang Yang's mobile phone. Mr. Zhang, you don't think I took kickbacks, do you? Dong Chen couldn't help but narrow his eyes. Har har, Xiao Dong, of course I don't believe you would do such a shameless thing. Zhang Yang looked at Dong Chen with a fake smile, then raised his phone and said, but this video doesn't look like it was edited. Even if I believe you, I'm afraid others won't believe you either, right? Mr. Zhang, what do you mean? Dong Chen was a little panicked. It was the first time he encountered such a thing. Although he seemed very calm on the surface, his brain had actually gone completely blank. It's very simple. Zhang Yang suddenly chuckled and said calmly, "Let's go to your office now. If the envelope is not in your drawer, it means that this video is fake, and someone is deliberately framing you. Of course, if you really have this envelope in your drawer, and it contains cash, then this video is not fake, and you did take kickbacks." Until this moment, Dong Chen finally reacted. Just as Zhang Yang said, someone was deliberately framing him. Who? Who is deliberately framing Dong Chen? Nonsense. Who else could it be? Of course it was the smiling but dagger-hiding general manager Zhang in front of him. It was only Dong Chen's first day in office and he didn't know many people in the Vienna hotel. The only person he had offended was the general manager Zhang in front of him. So, apart from Zhang Yang, who else would deliberately frame him? Xiao Dong, are you feeling guilty? Zhang Yang turned off his cell phone and slowly stood up from his seat. At this moment, Dong Chen suddenly felt a chill on his back and a drop of cold sweat unconsciously flowed down his forehead. What to do? If Zhang Yang found the envelope, I wouldn't be able to explain this matter clearly even if I had 100 mouths. Stop him? That's not a good idea either. That video has been watched by all the hotel staff. If Dong Chen tries hard to stop Zhang Yang at this time, it will only confirm that he has taken kickbacks. Just when Dong Chen was in a dilemma, Zhang Yang had already walked past him and opened the office door. Seeing this, Dong Chen could only quickly follow. At the same time, he was thinking of all possible solutions in his mind. Secretary Liu, go to the administrative office and bring a few people here right away. We'll meet at the door of Vice President Dong's office in 1 minute. Okay, Mr. Zhang, I'll go get someone right away. Zhang Yang obviously would not give Dong Chen any face. As soon as he walked out of his office, he immediately asked his secretary to go to the administrative office to call someone. What are you calling for? Of course, they have to find evidence of Dong Chen taking kickbacks in front of everyone. Zhang Yang can even use this incident to challenge the chairman Lin Weiwei. Dong Chen was promoted to deputy general manager by Lin Weiwei against all odds at the board meeting. If Dong Chen made a mistake in this position, and it was such a principled mistake, it would be a slap in Lin Weiwei's face. Therefore, no matter what Dong Chen said, he would not let Zhang Yang's evil plan succeed. It didn't matter if he lost face, but he would never bring shame to Lin Weiwei. However, the situation is now too difficult to back down. What should I do? If I still have a time travel card, I can just turn back time and destroy the envelope, etc. Isn't there an eraser in my system inventory? Never mind, let us try our best. This is the only prop that can be used now. A minute later, the door of Dong Chen's office was crowded with people. A rough count showed that the number was definitely no less than 20. Fuck you. Zhang Yang, you are so cruel. You called so many people here at once, are you here to laugh at me? Vice President Dong, could you please open the office door? Zhang Yang said to Dong Chen with a smile. Okay. Dong Chen nodded expressionlessly, then took out the key and prepared to open the office door. Vice President Dong, wait a moment. At this moment, a slightly panting voice suddenly sounded from behind the crowd. Dong Chen looked in the direction of the voice and saw that it was Li Yang running towards him in a hurry. Patter, patter, patter. Their high heels made a series of light noises as they hit the road. Li Yang quickly pushed through the crowd and rushed directly to Zhang Yang. Mr. Zhang, this is a call from the chairman. Please answer it. Li Yang held up her mobile phone and handed it to Zhang Yang. A call from the chairman. Zhang Yang was slightly stunned, then squinted his eyes and said, please tell the chairman that I am dealing with a very important matter. As for other matters, we will talk about it later. Li Yang's expression suddenly changed, and then she said in a cold tone, Mr. Zhang, the chairman has something very important to talk to you about. If you delay the chairman's business, what will be the consequences? I think you should know better than me, right? Are you threatening me? Zhang Yan's brows suddenly frowned. Har, I'm just a small secretary. How dare I threaten Mr. Zhang? Li Yang said fearlessly while staring at Zhang Yang. At this moment, a warm feeling suddenly flowed through Dong Chen's heart. Even if Lin Weiwei was not by Dong Chen's side, she could protect Dong Chen in various ways. Isn't it obvious? Lin Weiwei must have known about Dong Chen's taking kickbacks, and that Zhang Yang was going to bring people to find evidence, so at this critical moment, she called him. Wasn't her purpose in stopping Zhang Yang? However, Dong Chen didn't want Lin Weiwei to interfere in this matter. To put it bluntly, this was trouble that Dong Chen had accidentally caused. Why should Lin Weiwei clean up his mess? There is a saying that goes, a young eagle that hides under the protection of its parents' wings all its life will never learn to fly on its own. Therefore, Dong Chen decided to use his own methods to handle this matter beautifully. Whoosh! Without any warning, Dong Chen suddenly snatched Li Yang's phone and said directly into the microphone, "Sister, you don't have to worry about this matter, I can handle it myself." After saying this, Dong Chen didn't care what Lin Weiwei on the other end of the phone thought and just hung up the phone. This scene made Zhang Yang, Li Yang and the people watching the show around them all stunned. "Boss Zhang, didn't you insist that I took kickbacks? Then I will let you see clearly today whether I, Dong Chen, took the kickbacks or not." Dong Chen glanced at Zhang Yang with a half smile, then took out his key and opened the office door directly. Quiet. The scene was completely quiet. Everyone stared at Dong Chen blankly, wondering where he got the confidence from. The video on WeChat clearly recorded the entire process of Dong Chen taking kickbacks. Could it be faked? Or maybe Dong Chen had already hidden the envelope in advance. That's not right. Since the voyeur was able to capture Dong Chen putting the envelope into the drawer, he must have been able to capture Dong Chen hiding the envelope. What's more, the incident happened too suddenly. After Dong Chen left the office, he immediately went to Zhang Yang's office. Zhang Yang was also very sure that Dong Chen had never left his sight during this period of time. In other words, Dong Chen had no chance to destroy the envelope, and the envelope must still be lying in Dong Chen's desk drawer. Zhang Yang, who had figured this out, immediately showed a disdainful smile on his face. He thought Dong Chen was just pretending and trying to hold on. Did he want to deceive everyone in this way? No way. Snort. Zhang Yang just snorted coldly, then strode into Dong Chen's office. At this moment, Dong Chen immediately said to himself, "Sign-in system, I want to use the item, eraser, to erase all the RMB in that envelope." Chapter 21. A wonderful show. Vienna Hotel. The office of the Deputy General Manager. Zhang Yang strode to the back of Dong Chen's desk, opened the first drawer, and then took out an envelope from it. At this moment, everyone crowded in this office fixed their eyes on the envelope, and many of them showed expressions of gloating. This is the evidence that Dong Chen took kickbacks. As long as Zhang Yang opens the envelope in public and reveals the RMB inside, Dong Chen, the newly appointed Deputy General Manager, will immediately pack up and leave. So, everyone quickly turned their eyes to Dong Chen's face, as if they wanted to see what expression he had now. But there was no panic on Dong Chen's face, instead he showed a hint of pain. No one knew why Dong Chen felt the pain, because he was the only one who could see the system inventory. At this moment, the eraser in the first slot of the system inventory was only left with a piece as big as a fingernail. In other words, after Dong Chen had erased the 20,000 yuan, the good eraser was almost used up. So, how could he not feel the pain? Vice President Dong, do you have anything else to say now? Zhang Yang held the yellow envelope with a haughty expression on his face. Har har, Mr. Zhang, don't you know that it's very impolite to rummage through other people's personal belongings like this? Dong Chen actually laughed. Quiet. The office was quiet. The general manager and deputy general manager of the hotel were confronting each other. It was like a fight between gods. How could the others dare to speak out at this time? Vice President Dong, I think you won't cry until you see the coffin, and you won't give up until you reach the Yellow River. Zhang Yan's face turned cold in an instant. Dong Chen asked fearlessly, Boss Zhang, just because of a weird video, you brought people to break into my office and rummaged through my personal belongings. I want to ask, what do you want to do? Okay. Dong Chen, I wanted to save some face for you, but since you want to die, don't blame me for being ruthless. Zhang Yang glared at Dong Chen angrily, then opened the envelope without hesitation. However, the moment the envelope was opened, Zhang Yang was suddenly stunned. Swish, swish, swish. After a brief moment of daze, Zhang Yang immediately poured out everything in the envelope. A stack of white paper fell from mid-air and then scattered all over the ground. How could this happen? Where's the money? How come it all turned into white paper? Zhang Yong stared blankly at the white papers on the ground with an incredible look, muttering to himself. Zhang Yong. Is this the evidence that you mobilized a large group of people, broke into my office, and then went to great lengths to find? Dong Chen couldn't help but give Zhang Yong a mocking look. You? Zhang Yong suddenly raised his head and looked at Dong Chen, only to see this guy's face changing constantly. After a moment, he actually made a move that surprised Dong Chen. Patter, patter, patter. Zhang Yong turned around and walked to the back of the desk without saying a word. He opened the first drawer again and started rummaging around in it. There is nothing on the first layer of the drawer. On the second floor, there was still nothing. On the third and fourth floors, Zhang Yong still couldn't find the stack of RMB. At this moment, Zhang Yong's face suddenly turned ugly. Zhang Yong. Fuck you. Are you going to try to flip over my desk again? Believe it or not, I will beat you up right now. Dong Chen got mad. He pointed at Zhang Yong's nose and cursed, who gave you the authority to rummage through my things? As the general manager of the hotel, is this how you set an example for everyone? You are already 30 years old, can you be more mature in your actions? I wonder why my sister would let someone like you be the general manager. Did you become the general manager because of your father's connections? I'm telling you. Our hotel has so many outstanding talents, how come we let a pig become the general manager? Dong Chen's insults became more and more unpleasant, and he picked out the most vicious words to insult Zhang Yong. He didn't even give Zhang Yong the slightest bit of face, and didn't even care that there were more than 20 pairs of eyes watching him. In short, Dong Chen just wanted to scold him and slap him in the face. Who made this guy have bad intentions and deliberately frame Dong Chen? Now, you have not only failed to gain the prize but also ended up shooting yourself in the foot. That must be a very sour feeling, right? Vice President Dong. Just when Dong Chen was cursing happily, Li Yang suddenly came to his side and secretly pulled his arm. It was obvious that Li Yang wanted Dong Chen to be more restrained and not to offend Zhang Yong. But Dong Chen didn't care about that. He turned around and criticized Li Yang seriously. Secretary Li, from now on, no one can enter my office without my permission, especially those cats and dogs. Look, the office is now full of white papers. Isn't this adding burden to our cleaning staff? Quiet. The office is still quiet. The plot twists were so fast. 1 second, Zhang Yong was holding the evidence that Dong Chen took kickbacks. The next second, a stack of white paper fell out of the envelope. Then, Dong Chen pointed at Zhang Yong's nose and started to curse. Is this a movie? Which screenwriter came up with such a melodramatic plot? This is so wonderful. Perhaps he felt embarrassed, or perhaps he was completely angry and humiliated, but after Zhang Yong was scolded by Dong Chen, a vicious light immediately flashed in his eyes. Dong Chen, don't be too proud too soon. Although I haven't found any evidence that you took kickbacks, but... Zhang Yong said as he secretly winked at someone in the crowd. Seeing this scene, Dong Chen's heart skipped a beat and an ominous premonition instantly emerged in his mind. Sure enough, just after Zhang Yong finished saying this, a middle-aged man wearing gold-rimmed glasses immediately stood out from the crowd. If I remember correctly, the man with glasses is the manager of the housekeeping department of Vienna Hotel Sun Jiaqing. Mr. Zhang, I have something important to report to you. Sun Jiaqing suddenly stood up and spoke, naturally attracting everyone's attention. Speak. Zhang Yong said expressionlessly. This afternoon, the batch of uniforms purchased by Vice President Dong had serious quality problems. Many employees have already told me that the newly purchased uniforms fall apart when torn, and are not even as good as those sold at street stalls. Wow! The originally quiet office was suddenly filled with noise. At this moment, everyone's eyes were fixed on Dong Chen's face again, as if they were expecting what he would do next. At this moment, even a fool could see the situation clearly. It was obvious that Zhang Yong was deliberately targeting Dong Chen, and the means he used were so vicious that he simply wanted to kill Dong Chen. Har har, this batch of uniforms were brought back by the purchasing department. Even if there is a problem, you should go to the purchasing department to hold them accountable. What does it have to do with me? Dong Chen couldn't help but rolled his eyes and replied. You signed and approved the purchase application, and you also negotiated the contract in person. Now that something has gone wrong, do you want to shift the blame to your subordinates? The corners of Zhang Yong's mouth suddenly rose slightly. Hey! You said I was the one who negotiated the contract. Which eye of yours saw me negotiating the contract with others? Dong Chen couldn't help but narrow his eyes. I can prove that this contract was indeed negotiated by Vice President Dong himself with the boss of the factory. At this moment, another unexpected person jumped out. That's right. This person is the manager of the purchasing department, Zhu Dahai. Zhu Dahai walked out without blushing or breathing heavily, and lied in public with his eyes open. Originally, our hotel has always purchased uniforms for employees from Shinhong Garment Factory, but this time, due to the intervention of Vice President Dong, our purchasing department had to obey his orders and switch to purchasing from an unknown garment factory. But I never expected that this batch of uniforms would have quality problems. This is also my dereliction of duty, so I implore General Manager Zhang to punish me. I am willing to take full responsibility. Quiet. The office fell into silence again. No one expected that the next good show would start right after the previous one ended. Is this a movie shoot? Which screenwriter came up with such a melodramatic plot? This is so exciting. Chapter 22, Bite Back. No way. It's only the first day that Vice President Dong takes office, and he dares to abuse his power for personal gain. Just now I thought Vice President Dong was innocent, but this time, Manager Zhu came out to testify in person. I think this can't be false, right? I'm also wondering, hasn't our hotel always maintained a good relationship with Shinhong Garment Factory? Why did we suddenly change another garment factory for procurement? In my opinion, Vice President Dong will not be able to escape this time. Sure. Keep your voice down. This is a game between the hotel's top management. It's not your turn to point fingers. Listening to their various discussions coming from around, Zhang Yang's mouth corners suddenly curled up higher. On the other hand, Dong Chen frowned slightly, because he could never have imagined that Zhu Dahai would dare to jump out and give false testimony. What's the meaning? Do the bad guys nowadays dare to frame others so openly? Or, was this a conspiracy that Zhang Yang had carefully planned long ago, with the purpose of ruining Dong Chen's reputation and making him unable to recover forever? Mr. Zhang, don't go too far. As if seeing through this conspiracy, Li Yang, who was standing next to Dong Chen, finally couldn't help but speak. Secretary Li, how did I go too far? Zhang Yang raised his eyebrows slightly, staring at Dong Chen with a sneer and said, our hotel is a big family, not anyone's private property. In this big family, no matter who makes a mistake, they must accept the corresponding punishment. Mr. Zhang, what exactly do you want to do? Li Yang's face had turned ugly. It's very simple. Zhang Yang looked at Dong Chen with a smug look on his face and said, on the first day of taking office, Vice President Dong used his power to do something that seriously damaged the hotel, so. Wait a moment. At the critical moment, Dong Chen suddenly waved his hand to interrupt Zhang Yang's narration. Dong Chen, do you have anything else to say? Zhang Yang was not angry. Instead, he looked at Dong Chen with sympathetic eyes, as if saying to him, do you have any last words to say? At this moment, everyone's eyes were on Dong Chen's face, including Li Yang who was standing next to him, and she couldn't help but turn her head to look at Dong Chen. Dong Chen smiled slightly, then adjusted his collar slowly, and finally said word by word, if I remember correctly, I have never signed that purchase application. Quiet. The office was quiet. Everyone was looking at Dong Chen with a dazed look, as if no one understood what he had just said. Har har, I said I never signed the purchase application. In other words, the people in the purchasing department used the purchase application as a token without my consent, and even bought a batch of uniforms from outside without my consent. Zhu Dahai, Manager Zhu. Didn't you just say that you are willing to take all the responsibility? Fine. Now in front of General Manager Zhang, tell me how you will bear the consequences. Dong Chen's last sentence was almost shouted at Zhu Dahai. Since Zhu Dahai dared to give false testimony to frame Dong Chen, there was no need for Dong Chen to be polite to him anymore. You're talking nonsense. You clearly signed the purchase application. Otherwise, how could this purchase application pass the review of the finance department? Zhu Dahai stared at Dong Chen. Har har, whether I have signed or not, just take the purchase application and open it in front of everyone, then you will know whether it is true or not, right? Dong Chen's eyes suddenly narrowed. Before Zhu Dahai could speak again, Zhang Yang, who was standing beside him, suddenly gave orders, Secretary Liu, notify Manager Zhao of the finance department immediately and ask her to bring this purchase application. I want to see who is lying today. Okay, Mr. Zhang. Secretary Liu nodded and immediately took out his mobile phone. About 5 minutes later, a slightly fat middle-aged woman wearing black-framed glasses hurried into the office. Dong Chen just glanced at the other person casually, then unhurriedly clicked on the system inventory, and silently said in his mind, "System, I want to use the eraser prop to erase the signature on that purchase contract for me." Swish! A white light flashed before Dong Chen's eyes, and the next second, the small eraser that was originally lying in the inventory disappeared. Damn it! The last bit of the eraser was used up, and an expression of pain appeared on Dong Chen's face again. "Manager Zhao, did you bring the purchase application that Vice President Dong signed today?" Zhang Yang asked Manager Zhao in a pretentious manner. "Mr. Zhang, I have brought the purchase application. Please have a look." Manager Zhao walked quickly to Zhang Yang and carefully handed him the purchase application form. After Zhang Yang took the purchase application form, he suddenly glanced at Dong Chen intentionally or unintentionally. Dong Chen could clearly see that a hint of sarcasm flashed in Zhang Yang's eyes again. That look, that expression, seemed to be saying to Dong Chen, "You want to fight me? You are still a little naive." Dong Chen didn't say anything, and there was a faint smile on his face from beginning to end. On the contrary, Li Yang, who was standing next to him, had her expression changed several times. At this moment, seeing that Zhang Yang had already opened the purchase application form, Li Yang actually bit her lips and subconsciously moved a step towards Dong Chen. What's the meaning? Does this woman want to protect Dong Chen? When people encounter danger, they will subconsciously step back. Only when they want to protect something will they rush forward regardless of their own safety. So at this moment, Dong Chen's favorability towards Li Yang unconsciously rose to a higher level. This is a trustworthy partner. I must not treat her unfairly in the future. Manager Zhao, are you sure this purchase requisition is the one that Vice President Dong signed today? Zhang Yang's voice suddenly made everyone present stunned. Then, everyone's eyes fell on Zhang Yang's hands. Manager Zhao was also stunned for a moment, but she quickly answered Zhang Yang's question. "Boss Zhang, I am sure it is this application form. Isn't there Vice President Dong's signature on it? Look for yourself." Zhang Yang's face had turned ashen. He handed the list in his hand directly to Manager Zhao, then turned around and looked at Dong Chen again. "Let me see." Manager Zhao took the list handed over by Zhang Yang, and then habitually adjusted the black-framed glasses on her nose, but after a few seconds, her mouth opened slightly and an incredible expression appeared on her face. How could this happen? I just checked carefully and there was clearly Vice President Dong's signature on it. How come it suddenly disappeared? President Zhang, Did you take the wrong application? No. It's impossible to have taken the wrong one. There are signatures of Manager Zhu and Manager Sun on it, but the signature of Vice President Dong is missing. Quiet. I don't know how many times the office has fallen into absolute silence. In short, everyone's eyes fell on Dong Chen again, and Dong Chen knew very well that it was his turn to perform. Fuck you, Zhu Darhai. What on earth are you thinking? How dare you go out to make purchases without my permission? Who gave you the guts? Was it Mr. Zhang? And your finance department? Are you all blind? There is clearly no signature on the purchase application form. Who told you to lend money to the purchasing department? Who gave you this authority? Was it also Mr. Zhang? Damn it. This is outrageous. Fire them all. The purchasing manager, the housekeeping manager, and you, the finance manager, all of you, pack up and get out. Chapter 23 Old Fox. Vienna International Hotel is a 5-star resort hotel. There are 13 departments in the whole hotel, namely, Administration Office, Human Resources Department, Security Department, Housekeeping Department, Purchasing Department, Engineering Department, Marketing Department, Public Relations Department, Housekeeping Department, Front Office Department, Catering Department, Recreation Department, and Finance Department. Dong Chen fired 3 department managers at once, and this incident immediately caused an uproar in the hotel. As the saying goes, a new official has 3 things to do when he takes office. Dong Chen's first move shocked all the employees in the hotel. There is no way. This cannot be blamed entirely on Dong Chen, who made the managers of these 3 departments run into his trap. In other words, the other person has voluntarily stretched out his face for Dong Chen to hit, and Dong Chen really can't think of any reason to refuse. Not only did these three department managers lose their jobs, but even the general manager Zhang Yang was slapped in the face by Dong Chen. Through this incident, everyone knows that Dong Chen is a person who is not easy to mess with. In addition, he has Lin Weiwei's support behind him. If anyone dares to cause trouble for him, wouldn't that be seeking death? In short, Dong Chen was thoroughly satisfied, but Zhang Yang not only shot himself in the foot, but the prestige of the general manager also suffered an unprecedented blow. Near the end of Get Off Work, Dong Chen's office finally became quiet. Zhang Yang walked away angrily, and the others also carefully left the office. Li Yang quickly walked over and closed the door, then turned around and started looking around the room. Dong Chen looked at Li Yang curiously, wondering what she was doing, but he soon knew the answer, because Li Yang found a hidden camera from above the bookcase. Damn! Who installed this camera? Dong Chen couldn't help but curse. Li Yang did not answer Dong Chen. She just held the camera and walked quickly to Dong Chen's side. Then she plugged the camera into the computer and tapped the keyboard twice with her hands. Soon, a complete video popped up, and Dong Chen's eyes instantly fixed on the person who appeared in the video, Zhu Darhai. It turns out that this camera was secretly installed by Zhu Darhai, and the video clearly records the entire process of him installing the camera. Vice President Dong, should we call the police and have Zhu Darhai arrested? Li Yang finally spoke. Dong Chen lowered his head and thought for a while, then said indifferently, "Forget it, he's just a small shrimp. Anyway, he has been fired by me, so it doesn't matter whether I report it to the police or not." Crack! Li Yang unplugged the camera and removed the battery inside. After making sure that the camera would no longer work, she said to Dong Chen, "Vice President Dong, you did a great job today." "Har har, is that so?" Dong Chen touched his chin embarrassedly, with a faint smile on his face. The managers of the purchasing department, finance department, and housekeeping department are all Mr. Zhang's confidants, and you killed his 3 confidants in one go. This move is really smart. Li Yang couldn't help but give Dong Chen a thumbs up. Wait. Dong Chen narrowed his eyes, and then asked in a serious tone, "From your tone, could it be that our hotel can still form cliques?" Li Yang was slightly stunned when she heard this. She hesitated for a moment, then said, "Vice President Dong, there is something I don't know whether I should tell you. Just tell me what's on your mind. I don't like beating around the bush. It's too tiring." Dong Chen couldn't help but frowned. "Vice President Dong, our hotel is a 5-star luxury hotel with considerable annual revenue. However, since last year, the hotel's performance has been declining month by month. Although the decline in performance each month is not obvious, judging from the comprehensive annual financial statements." Li Yang revealed a shocking secret: the Vienna hotel is going downhill. The reason for this was not a problem with the hotel itself, nor was it because of the downturn in the hotel industry. Through Li Yang's secret investigation, she suspected that there was a problem with the hotel's senior management. Simply put, Li Yang suspected that someone was lining her own pockets and turning the hotel's profits into personal gain. There was only one person who could do all this quietly, and that was the hotel's general manager Zhang Yang. When Dong Chen heard the news for the first time, he was naturally skeptical. After all, Zhang Yang's father was the second largest shareholder of the hotel, and there was no reason for him to do something that would harm his own interests. But after thinking about it carefully, Dong Chen felt that Zhang Yang was indeed very suspicious. Today was Dong Chen's first day in office, and Zhang Yang couldn't wait to use some shady tricks and even wanted to kill Dong Chen directly. If it weren't for Dong Chen having an eraser, the kickback issue would have become an ironclad fact, and Dong Chen would naturally be kicked out of the hotel and would no longer be able to serve as deputy general manager. What is Zhang Yang worried about? What is he afraid of? Or is he feeling guilty? Make bold guesses and carefully verify, assuming that Zhang Yang really did something detrimental to the interests of the hotel. At this time, Dong Chen, the chairman's younger brother, was suddenly appointed as the deputy general manager of the hotel. If faced with this situation, Zhang Yang would definitely be panicked. He would definitely wonder if the chairman was suspicious of him. Was he being targeted by the chairman? He even suspected that Lin Weiwei's forceful appointment of Dong Chen as deputy general manager was a move specifically targeting him. That's why Zhang Yang couldn't wait to use underhanded tactics against Dong Chen, trying to get him out of the position of deputy general manager. This way, he could continue to get away with it as the general manager. Of course, these are just Dong Chen's guesses. As for whether Zhang Yang has any problems, well, Just find evidence. As long as we find evidence, why should we be afraid that Zhang Yang will deny it? Vice President Dong, most of the hotel's 13 departments are now firmly controlled by President Zhang. Should we take this opportunity to directly seize some power from him? Li Yang suddenly suggested again. What do you mean? Dong Chen narrowed his eyes. The managers of the purchasing department, housekeeping department, and finance department have just been fired. We can definitely arrange some people to take over these 3 departments, especially the finance department, which is the most important department of the entire hotel. Dong Chen suddenly realized that Li Yang was definitely not an ordinary woman. Don't be deceived by her beautiful appearance. Under this skin, she has a heart more cunning than a fox. After a brief thought, Dong Chen suddenly said, Li Yang, you know that this is only my first day in office. Where can I find some people to take over these 3 departments? Vice President Dong, I have compiled a list here. The people on the list are all excellent talents in various departments of our hotel. More importantly, these people have no connection with President Zhang. On the contrary, they have been suppressed to varying degrees in the hotel. Damn it! Li Yang is really an old fox. Dong Chen couldn't help but give Li Yang a thumbs up in his heart. No wonder this woman could become Lin Weiwei's assistant. Without any experience, how could she dare to do this? Fortunately, this woman stood on his side. If she stood on Zhang Yang's side, Dong Chen probably wouldn't be able to sleep peacefully, right? Chapter 24, Beautiful Girl Invitation. Dong Chen has always been decisive in his work. With only 5 minutes left before the end of get-off work, a formal document was sent to various departments of the hotel. At the same time, an electronic announcement appeared in the WeChat work group. At this moment, the entire Vienna hotel was in an uproar. The content of this document is very simple. The chairman directly appointed successors to the managers of the 3 departments, purchasing department, housekeeping department, and finance department. At the end of the document, there is also Lin Weiwei's signature and seal. What is speed? Just over 10 minutes ago, Dong Chen had just fired the managers of these 3 departments, and just over 10 minutes later, new department managers were born. In just a short period of time, Zhang Yang's 3 confidants were directly replaced. Isn't this a case of losing both the wife and the army? In short, someone heard the sound of cups being broken in Zhang Yang's office, and several cups were broken in a row, as if he was furious about something. In contrast, the situation in Dong Chen's office is quite different. Perhaps because he was in a good mood, Dong Chen turned up the volume of his computer speakers and even requested a popular online song. Son, I am your father. Come here and sit down. Let's talk today. First of all, you and I are friends, right? You said again. We both have to give face to your mother. Li Yang, who had just walked in after pouring a cup of coffee, was stunned. The cleaning staff passing by the door was also dumbfounded. The employees in the administrative office next door were also collectively dumbfounded. Only Dong Chen was sitting on the sofa, grinning. After get off work, Dong Chen hummed a cheerful song, tidied up his desk, and prepared to go home. But at this moment, Li Yang suddenly invited Dong Chen, Vice President Dong, are you free tonight? I would like to invite you to dinner. Dong Chen, who had just walked to the door, was slightly stunned, and immediately said, sure, anyway, my sister is not at home tonight, and I don't know where to get a meal. Har, do you like Western food? Or Chinese food? Li Yang smiled, and her pretty eyes suddenly curved into 2 crescents. Chinese food. Dong Chen touched his chin, then replied with a smile, Western food. I can't eat enough. I don't really like Western food either. By the way, there's a time-honored Chinese restaurant near our hotel. The food is really great. How about I take you to try it? Li Yang suddenly suggested. Okay. Then just lead the way. Dong Chen snapped his fingers and a smile appeared on his face. Okay. Li Yang also smiled. Just like that, Zhang Yang continued to smash cups in the office, while Dong Chen and Li Yang happily went on a date. Oh no. It was a meal. It was just a normal dinner between colleagues to keep in touch. Don't get the wrong idea. There was actually another important reason why Dong Chen accepted Li Yang's invitation. He wanted to learn more about the general situation of Vienna Hotel through Li Yang's mouth. I told you not to think about it in a wrong way, why did you think about it in a wrong way again? Since Zhang and his son are eyeing the position of chairman, they are likely to be the perpetrators of yesterday's elevator crash. In addition, the police could not find any clues about the accident, so Dong Chen planned to investigate it himself and find out the murderer who was hiding behind the scenes no matter what. Yanji Private Kitchen. This is a simple yet stylish Chinese restaurant. Dong Chen and Li Yang sat at a window seat, eating dinner while chatting and laughing. If you didn't know them, you would think they were a young couple in love. To be honest, although Li Yang is already 30 years old, the years have not left too many traces on her face. In addition, all girls wear makeup, so from the outside, Li Yang looks like a girl around 25 years old. Although Dong Chen is very young, his temperament appears very mature under Lin Weiwei's deliberate dressing. Judging from his appearance alone, Dong Chen seems to be even more mature than Li Yang. So, there was no sense of incongruity at all when these two people sat together to eat and chat. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Time passed by unknowingly. Through this dinner, Dong Chen learned a lot of useful information from Li Yang, and he also had a general understanding of the Vienna Hotel. None of this is important. What is important is that Dong Chen also got a preliminary understanding from Li Yang about what kind of person Zhang Yang is. According to Li Yang's description, Zhang Yang is definitely a typical playboy. This guy is greedy for money, lustful, addicted to gambling, and alcohol. He is simply a complete evil. However, this guy happened to have some real skills, otherwise how could he have become the general manager of the hotel? When talking about Zhang Yang, Li Yang couldn't help but flash a trace of disgust in her eyes. She said bitterly, Boss Zhang had improper relationships with some female employees in the hotel. It's a pity that I didn't catch him, otherwise. Huh? Sister Yang, how do you know that he had an improper relationship with a female employee of the hotel? Dong Chen suddenly asked curiously. Li Yang's pretty face seemed to turn slightly red, and she pursed her lips, as if she was ready to explain in detail to Dong Chen. But at this moment, Li Yang's gaze bypassed Dong Chen and looked behind him. After a brief moment of surprise, Li Yang's expression froze. Then she quickly lowered her head and pretended to be searching for something in her bag. Dong Chen was slightly stunned, then he subconsciously turned his head to look behind him. Soon, the figures of a man and a woman came into his sight. Moreover, this man and woman were led by a waiter and were walking towards the direction of Dong Chen and Li Yang. The man looked to be about 30 years old, dressed in a suit and tie, with shiny hair and a glittering gold Rolex on his left wrist. He looked like a successful man. As for the woman following the man, she looked to be only about 20 years old at most, but she was dressed very seductively, and the heavy makeup on her face completely covered her original appearance. What's going on? Are this man and woman Li Yang's friends? But even if she met an acquaintance, there was no need for Li Yang to show such a guilty expression, right? Dong Chen, stop looking, that man is my ex-husband. Li Yang's voice suddenly came into Dong Chen's ears, and she lowered her voice very low, as if she was worried about attracting the other party's attention. Dong Chen was stunned again, then turned around calmly and looked straight at Li Yang and said, Sister Yang, you're already married, and divorced. Li Yang trembled her lips bitterly, but did not say anything. She just nodded slightly. Was this the way she answered Dong Chen's question? I thought this was just a small episode. After all, this restaurant is so big that there are empty seats everywhere. Even if Li Yang's ex-husband came here, the two of them might not necessarily meet face to face. However, things are often so coincidental. Under the guidance of the waiter, Li Yang's ex-husband and the heavily made-up woman actually came directly to the empty table next to Dong Chen. What is even more speechless is that Li Yang's ex-husband hasn't noticed anything unusual. Instead, the heavily made-up woman saw Li Yang at the next table as soon as she sat down. Eh? Isn't this Li Yang? What a coincidence. Li Yang, are you having dinner here too? Wow. Is this little brother next to you your new boyfriend? Li Yang, you are amazing. How long has it been since you and brother been divorced? And you found a new love so quickly. Li Yang, you must have already found your next partner before your divorce, right? Chapter 25 Restaurant Incident. Yanji Private Kitchen. This is a stylish yet simple Chinese restaurant. But at this moment, something very unpleasant happened in the restaurant. Li Yang actually started swearing at another woman, and this woman was her ex-husband's current girlfriend. The situation is a bit complicated, so let us take a closer look. Li Yang's ex-husband is named Wang Bin, and Wang Bin's current girlfriend is named Liu Qian. Just tonight, Wang Bin brought Liu Chen to dinner and accidentally ran into Li Yang and Dong Chen dating in this restaurant. Of course, to outsiders, Dong Chen and Li Yang did seem to be on a date. Then, Liu Chen used their taunt skill on Li Yang, and Li Yang got furious on the spot and used their counterattack skill on Liu Chen. Soon, the quarrel between the two women attracted the attention of all the diners in the restaurant. Li Yang, you are such a shameless woman. You hooked up with another man right after your divorce. Brother Bin was really blind to fall in love with you. Liu Chen, you are a shameless woman. What else can you do besides hooking up with other people's husbands? Li Yang, you can't take care of your own man, and you blame others for stealing your husband. Why don't you take a piss and look at yourself? What qualifications do you have to compete with me for a man, a yellow-faced woman like you? Liu Chen, I have seen many shameless women, but this is the first time I have met a woman like you who is willing to draw a sword. What? Are you jealous of me? Are you jealous that I'm younger than you, that I have a better figure than you, that I stole your man? Har har, how could I be jealous of you? If something I've used becomes dirty, I'll naturally throw it away. Unlike some women who pick up trash and treat it as a treasure. Li Yang, you. Dong Chen was really dumbfounded. First of all, he could never have imagined that the scene of two women quarreling with each other would be so heated. Secondly, Li Yang, who looks so gentle and frail, is surprisingly fierce when she loses her temper. Then, if Dong Chen hadn't been holding Li Yang and Wang Bin hadn't been holding Liu Chen, the two women would have probably started fighting like crazy women. Finally, Li Yang was probably so angry that she slammed the table, then hugged Dong Chen's arm and yelled at Liu Chen. This is my boyfriend. What do you think? Not only is he young and handsome, he is also the deputy general manager of our hotel. More importantly, he is richer and more capable than Wang Bin. Wang Bin, that soft worm, would be done in a few minutes at most, but my boyfriend is different. He is much better than Wang Bin. He can't stop for at least an hour. Puff. Dong Chen almost spat out a mouthful of blood. He never expected that Li Yang, who had lost her mind, would dare to say anything. An hour? She couldn't stop at all. Was it that exaggerated? Although he knew that Li Yang was deliberately trying to anger Liu Chen, Dong Chen couldn't help but have some wild thoughts. If he gritted his teeth and persevered a little longer, he should, probably, maybe be able to barely meet Li Yang's requirements, right? Bar. 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 What are you thinking about? He really couldn't stay in this place anymore. The weird looks from the people around him really made Dong Chen's cheeks feel hot. However, Dong Chen wanted to take Li Yang away from the restaurant, but someone was unwilling to let them go easily. Wang Bin suddenly blocked Dong Chen's way and asked gloomily, "Who are you?" Dong Chen was slightly stunned when he heard this, then he squinted his eyes and replied, "Who am I? What does it have to do with you?" The corner of Wang Bin's eye twitched slightly, and he continued to ask, "How long have you been with Li Yang?" Dong Chen looked at Wang Bin, then looked at Li Yang who was angry, and finally said with a slight smile, "It's none of your business." You? Wang Bin suddenly raised his hand and pointed at Dong Chen, then slowly put his arm down. He smiled disdainfully and said, "Li Yang is just a slut left over from my playing. What qualifications do you have to show off in front of me?" Originally, Dong Chen had no intention of getting involved in Li Yang's private affairs, but Wang Bin's attitude was too arrogant, which also aroused a trace of anger in Dong Chen's heart. So, Dong Chen's eyes suddenly changed at this moment. Swish! Without any warning, Dong Chen immediately hugged Li Yang, who was standing behind him, and then stared at Wang Bin and said, "Didn't you ask me how long I have been with Li Yang? I'll tell you now. I have been with Li Yang for 4 years. If I hadn't gone abroad to study, I would have married her long ago." Quiet. The scene suddenly fell into silence. Wang Bin's pupils suddenly dilated, and he stared blankly at Dong Chen. The expression on his face was as if he had swallowed a dead fly, and his whole face turned green. Li Yang was also stunned. When Dong Chen held her in his arms, her body instantly became stiff. Now when she heard Dong Chen lying with his eyes open, she was petrified. On the other hand, Liu Chen, after a brief moment of daze, immediately shouted with gloating, "Brother Bin, look, they have admitted it themselves. They have been together for 4 years, you are wearing a big hat." "Shut up." Wang Bin was furious. He turned around and yelled at Liu Chen, then immediately turned around and looked straight at Dong Chen, "Who are you?" "Wang Bin, what do you want to do?" Before Dong Chen could say anything, Li Yang suddenly stood up. She pulled Dong Chen behind her and protected him tightly like a hen protecting her chicks. When Wang Bin saw that Li Yang was actually protecting Dong Chen, especially the nervous expression on her face, he became even more angry. Li Yang, get out of my way. Wang Bin clenched his fists tightly. Wang Bin, if you dare to hit anyone, I will call the police now. As if she had guessed Wang Bin's intention, Li Yang immediately took out her mobile phone and pretended to call the police. You bastard! Is all you can do is hide behind a woman? If you dare, stand up and I promise I won't beat you to death. Wang Bin directed his attack at Dong Chen again. Swish! Just after Wang Bin finished saying this, Dong Chen bypassed Li Yang and came directly in front of Wang Bin. Dong Chen, you! Li Yang was suddenly horrified and subconsciously reached out to grab Dong Chen's arm, but it was too late because Wang Bin had already raised his fist and hit Dong Chen's head hard. Puff! Everyone thought Dong Chen was in trouble, but after a muffled sound, Dong Chen actually stretched out a hand and accurately grasped Wang Bin's fist. This is not over yet. Dong Chen just exerted a little force with his palm, and the next second, Wang Bin's pig-killing-like howl spread throughout the restaurant. At this moment, not only Li Yang, but also the audience watching the show around were all stunned by what was happening before their eyes. Chapter 26, 1 versus 20. Fighting is wrong. But sometimes, some people just deserve a beating. After being taught a lesson by Dong Chen, Wang Bin knew that he was no match for Dong Chen, so he endured the severe pain from his fist, threw down a few harsh words, and left the restaurant in disgrace with Liu Qian. Dong Chen did not continue to embarrass Wang Bin. After all, this was a public place. If he accidentally disabled Wang Bin, how could the police let Dong Chen go? Looking at Li Yang again, this woman looked at the backs of Wang Bin and Liu Qian fleeing in panic, and her originally frowned brows suddenly relaxed. At the same time, a look of relief appeared on her face. An hour later, Lin Weiwei's limited edition Ferrari drove into a high-end residential area and stopped in front of a 5-story building. When the car came to a complete stop, Li Yang, who was sitting in the passenger seat, suddenly said, Dong Chen, do you want to come to my house and have a seat? I'll make you a cup of tea to quench your thirst. Dong Chen hesitated for a moment, then refused, it's getting late, I have to go home and sleep. Well, how about next time? I'll come to your house when I'm free next time. A strange look flashed across Li Yang's eyes, but she quickly smiled and said, Dong Chen, thank you so much for tonight. You're welcome. It's just a small favor. Dong Chen replied with a smile. Are you really not going to my house and sit for a while? Li Yang asked Dong Chen again. I really won't go. Dong Chen replied with a helpless smile. Oh, so I'm getting off then. Well, bye. Bye-bye. Dong Chen thought that after sending Li Yang home, he could go home and sleep peacefully, but he never expected that trouble would come knocking on his door again. Just when Li Yang got out of the car, a group of burly men suddenly jumped out from the flower bed not far away. These people, each holding a steel pipe, surrounded Li Yang aggressively. Seeing this, Dong Chen opened the car door and walked out without saying a word, and quickly protected Li Yang behind him. Soon, this group of people came in front of Dong Chen and Li Yang. They all had fierce eyes and the steel pipes in their hands were constantly swinging up and down, as if a fight might break out at any time. Who are you? Dong Chen narrowed his eyes and clenched his fists. Har har, we just met in the restaurant. Have you forgotten about this so quickly? As a familiar voice came over, the crowd in front of them suddenly split left and right. The next second, Wang Bin's figure came into Dong Chen's sight. TSK. It's you? You come here to seek revenge so soon? A strange expression appeared on Dong Chen's face. Wang Bin, what are you doing? Li Yang nervously grabbed Dong Chen's arm, seeming to be frightened by the scene in front of her. What am I going to do? Har har. Wang Bin walked over slowly, and suddenly raised one hand, then pointed at Dong Chen and said, Brothers, destroy this man for me. Wang Bin, you dare. Li Yang suddenly screamed in horror. Li Yang, you bitch, you actually dared to cheat on me with a man. After I destroy your lover, I will come and teach you a lesson. Dong Chen, go. Bang. The incident happened too suddenly. Li Yang, who was shouting at Dong Chen to run away just a second ago, just froze in place the next second. Quick. What a quick move. Dong Chen's speed is really too fast. He was like a flash of lightning, and in an instant he rushed to the side of a strong man. Then, Dong Chen just threw a punch, and the opponent's body flew backwards. He was a strong man with a height of over 180 centimeters and a weight of over 180 centimeters. He was sent flying by a single punch. How powerful was Dong Chen's fist? Bang! Bang! Two muffled sounds were heard in succession, and Dong Chen punched out with both fists, knocking the two strong men away in an instant. The two strong men didn't even understand what was happening. They just felt a sharp pain in their abdomen, and then their bodies became useless, drew an arc in the air, and finally fell heavily on the concrete road. Bang, bang, bang. Muffled sounds rang out one after another. After just over 10 seconds, everyone, including Wang Bin, was blasted away by Dong Chen. Fast, fierce, accurate, clean and neat, one punch kills the little beast. This is the power of ancient Tai Chi. Apart from movies, when has Li Yang ever seen a similar scene in real life? So she subconsciously covered her mouth, and then looked at Dong Chen with an incredible look, but this time, Li Yang's eyes seemed to light up with a strange gleam. After a brief noise, the surroundings suddenly became quiet. Dong Chen walked slowly to Wang Bin's side, looked down at him and said, "Wang Bin, I heard you want to destroy me, is that right?" A trace of fear flashed in Wang Bin's eyes. He opened his mouth but couldn't say a word. Dong Chen's performance just now was really too horrifying. He challenged 20 strong men alone, and knocked all of them to the ground in just a short while. How did he do it? Even if he is a special forces soldier, he can't be as powerful as him. Wang Bin, I didn't want to cause trouble for you, but since you came to me and asked to die, I really have no reason to refuse. Dong Chen's tone suddenly became gloomy. What do you want to do? Wang Bin was finally scared, especially after seeing the murderous look in Dong Chen's eyes. This guy was so scared that his whole body began to tremble. Crack! Without any hesitation, Dong Chen suddenly stretched out a foot and stepped hard on Wang Bin's right wrist. There was a sound of broken bones, and then Wang Bin's screams spread throughout the community. Oh! My hand is broken. Wang Bin rolled on the ground in pain, tears and snot gushing out. Seeing this scene, the 20 strong men lying around shuddered together. At the same time, their eyes looking at Dong Chen became more and more terrified. 3 times is the limit. This time, I'm just giving you a small lesson. If it happens again. Dong Chen paused here deliberately, and then said in a sinister tone, I will kill you directly. A few minutes later, 20 strong men supported each other and left the place. Wang Bin, whose hand was broken by Dong Chen, didn't even dare to fart. He just lowered his head, not daring to even look at Dong Chen, and then crawled away from the community. After the group of people disappeared into their vast night, Dong Chen turned around and said to Li Yang, Sister Yang, I didn't scare you just now, did I? No. No. Li Yang rubbed her hands nervously. She glanced in the direction where the group of strong men left, and then said in a low voice, Wang Bin knows that I live here. Dong Chen, do you think he will come to trouble me again? Don't be afraid. If he comes to trouble you again, I will just kill him. Dong Chen replied seriously. But Li Yang still seemed a little worried. Dong Chen smiled and said, Don't worry, close the doors and windows when you get home. If you encounter any danger, call me directly and I will rush to rescue you as quickly as possible. Well, okay. Li Yang nodded gently, and the look in her eyes when she looked at Dong Chen seemed to become much gentler. Har har, go home, don't think too much, and have a good dream tonight. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Chapter 27, Scumbag Training Manual. It's late at night and everyone is asleep. Dong Chen was sitting alone in the car smoking. He glanced at the 5-story residential building in front of him. After noticing that the light in the right-hand window on the second floor had been turned off, he muttered to himself, Wang Bin, that kid, won't come back to seek revenge tonight, right? The apartment on the right side of the second floor is Li Yang's residence. After Dong Chen sent her home, he did not leave immediately. Instead, he stayed downstairs, as if waiting for Wang Bin to come again for revenge. Dong Chen doesn't believe that Wang Bin will give up. As the saying goes, the hatred of having one's wife stolen is irreconcilable. As long as Wang Bin is still a man of blood, he will not let Dong Chen and Li Yang go easily. However, as time passed, a look of disappointment appeared on Dong Chen's face. Wang Bin did not come, but a hint of paleness appeared in the eastern sky. Dong Chen actually waited downstairs of Li Yang's building for a whole night. Oh shit. Dong Chen raised his wrist to check the time. It was already 6 o'clock in the morning. Many old men and women in the community had gone out for morning exercises. It was obvious that Wang Bin would not be able to come again today. So Dong Chen cursed in extreme dissatisfaction, then started the sports car, stepped on the accelerator, and finally left the community in a cool manner. What Dong Chen didn't know was that at the window on the right side of the second floor, there was a pair of handsome eyes that had been staring at him silently. Only after watching Dong Chen go away did the owner of the eyes retract his gaze. Jingyuan Shuexiu Village District. As soon as Dong Chen returned to his bedroom, he couldn't wait to open the sign-in system. Host, Dong Chen. Number of check-ins, 4. Number of consecutive check-ins at the same location, 3. Inventory, 0-10. Time remaining until next sign-in, midnight. Current status, available to sign in. Without much hesitation, Dong Chen silently said in his heart, I want to sign in. Swish. A familiar white light flashed before his eyes, and the next second, a series of electronic prompt sounds rang in Dong Chen's ears. Ding. Congratulations to host Dong Chen for signing in successfully. Ding. Congratulations to host Dong Chen for obtaining a skill book and a special card. Ding. The reward has been sent to their host's inventory, please check it. Dong Chen's eyelids trembled slightly, and then he opened the system inventory without hesitation. The familiar 10-grid backpack appeared in Dong Chen's field of vision, and in the first and second grids of the backpack, there appeared a shining card and a book with a blue cover respectively. Scumbag Training Manual Skill Book. After learning, you can instantly become an excellent scumbag. Note, this skill book will not change the user's personality, so you can use it without worry. Make-up sign-in card special card. After using this card, you can directly convert the extra sign-in times into consecutive sign-in times. Note, a make-up sign-in card can only be converted into one sign-in time. After reading the detailed introduction of these two treasures, a strange look suddenly flashed across Dong Chen's face. Let us talk about this Scumbag Training Manual first. The word scumbag is a derogatory word in the mouths of girls, but modern girls have a special liking for scumbags and look down on honest men. Take Dong Chen for example. He was an honest man before. Even though he treated Hu Jingjing wholeheartedly, he still got a big green hat in the end. What is wrong with this era? Should honest people be bullied? Should honest people bear all the pain? Do honest people not deserve love? Dong Chen became more and more angry, so he simply took out the Scumbag Training Manual, and then silently said to himself, sign into the system, I want to learn this skill book. Swish. The skill book in his hand suddenly turned into a white light and quickly penetrated into Dong Chen's forehead. The next second, a large section of memory that did not belong to Dong Chen forced its way into his mind. How to change from a simple and honest man to an excellent scumbag. Please remember the 10 elements of a scumbag. First, you must be good at using sweet words. Women are emotional animals. Your silent dedication is often not as good as a sweet word of affection. Second, when you are with a woman, you should quickly understand the following questions. What does she need? What can you give her? How much can you give? How do you want to give? Third, as an excellent scumbag, you need to reshape your thinking, which is specifically manifested in the following 3 points. 1. Carefully understand the secret of no desire, strong. 2. Throw away half of your moral values and be a sea king. 3. Be sincere on the surface, but calm in your heart. Fourth, you must develop a pair of eyes that are sharper than a hunter's, so that you can quickly identify the type of prey, and then take appropriate hunting measures. As time passed, Dong Chen became addicted to the self-cultivation of a scumbag, forgetting to eat and sleep, and unable to extricate himself. By the time he had completely digested the manual, the sun had risen from the east and the clock on the wall pointed to 10 a.m. Dong Chen had actually studied the secrets of scumbag men for nearly 3 hours. Dingling. A cell phone rang quickly. Dong Chen thought the call was from Li Yang, but when he picked up the phone, he found that the name on the caller ID was Lin Weiwei. After hesitating for 10 seconds, Dong Chen finally answered the call from Lin Weiwei. The moment the call was connected, Lin Weiwei's roar was heard from the receiver. Dong Chen, what are you doing? Why don't you work at a hotel? Did you ignore what I said? This is only your second day in office and you're already planning to strike. What did you promise me in the beginning? Who was it that patted your chest and promised me that you would study hard for a month? Dong Chen, are you listening to me? Facing Lin Weiwei's roar, Dong Chen suddenly coughed lightly, and then said in a wrong tone, Sister, I miss you so much, so much. Chenna, you. Lin Weiwei on the other end of the phone was suddenly stunned. Ever since you left, I have been frowning with worry all day long, with thousands and tens of thousands of tear marks on my face. I look at the sky in the morning and the clouds in the evening. I miss you when I walk and when I sit. Dong Chen's tone became increasingly low. Quiet. The other end of the phone suddenly fell into absolute silence. A full minute later, Lin Weiwei's voice came again, but this time, her tone was no longer so angry, but extremely gentle. Chenna, I miss you too, but I can't leave for the time being. Sister, the villa is empty. I live here alone, and my heart is empty too. Dong Chen emphasized his tone. Chenna, I promise you that once I finish the things at hand, I will fly back to accompany you immediately, okay? Okay, I'll wait for you to come back. Just like that, Dong Chen calmed down the angry Lin Weiwei with just a few words, and made her hang up the phone in a daze. She even forgot to blame Dong Chen for not going to work. Har har, the manual for training scumbag men really lives up to its reputation. Must give a thumbs up, 5-star praise. Chapter 28 10 billion consumption vouchers. After hanging up the phone, Dong Chen rolled over on the bed excitedly. Then, he opened the sign-in system and took out the supplementary sign-in card from the inventory. Dong Chen still hasn't figured out the details of this continuous sign-in function, although the system has explained that if a certain number of consecutive sign-ins are accumulated, additional rewards can be obtained. But what exactly is this extra reward? Dong Chen was really curious. Looking at the main page of the sign-in system again, Dong Chen has signed in a total of 5 times, 4 of which were completed consecutively at the same location. I wonder if the system will give extra rewards if I sign in 5 times in a row after using this make-up sign-in card. Do it as soon as you think of it. After Dong Chen adjusted his mood a little, he immediately said to himself, System, I want to use the make-up card. Swish! A familiar golden light flashed before his eyes, and the cards in Dong Chen's hand disappeared in an instant. Then, Dong Chen heard a series of familiar electronic prompts. Ding! Congratulations to the host Dong Chen for successfully using a make-up card. Ding! Congratulations to the host Dong Chen for signing in 5 times in a row. The system will give their host an extra reward. Ding! Congratulations to their host Dong Chen for obtaining a special item. The reward has been distributed to the inventory, please check it. A black card suddenly appeared in the first slot of the inventory. When Dong Chen set his eyes on the black card, he couldn't keep calm for the next second. Black card special item, this is a distinguished VIP bank card with a balance of 10 billion renminbi. The host can use this card to make purchases at will, but cannot withdraw cash or transfer money. It is limited to card purchases. Note, this card has a time limit. After 24 hours, no matter how much balance is left on the card, it will be automatically cleared. After reading the introduction of the black card, Dong Chen almost fell off the bed. This is 10 billion renminbi. How can an ordinary person see so much money in his lifetime? However, this black card does have a damn time limit. After 24 hours, no matter how much balance is left on the card, it will be automatically cleared. You cannot withdraw cash or transfer money. You can only use this card to swipe and make purchases, and there is a time limit. Isn't this equivalent to a consumption voucher with a time limit? What to do? There are only 24 hours left. How should the 10 billion renminbi be spent? Buy 2 bowls of soy milk, drink 1 and pour 1. Buy 2 fried dough sticks, eat 1 and skim 1. Buy 2 mobile phones, use 1 for making calls and 1 for answering calls. Marry 2 wives, 1 for giving birth and the other for giving birth. After being anxious for half an hour, Dong Chen suddenly picked up his mobile phone and dialed a number. Not long after, Li Yang's voice came from the other end of the line. Vice President Dong, is there anything I can help you with? Li Yang's tone seemed much gentler than yesterday. Sister Yang, are you working in the hotel now? Dong Chen's voice trembled slightly. It was obvious that this guy was still in an excited state and couldn't stop at all. Yes, I'm here. Li Yang suddenly lowered her voice, as if there were other people around. Is there a lot of things going on in the hotel? Dong Chen continued to ask. Not much. I've already dealt with it. Li Yang's answer was very clear and neat. Okay. Wait for me at the hotel entrance in half an hour, and I'll drive over to pick you up. Vice President Dong, what are you going to do? Har har, keep it a secret for now, I'll tell you later. Looking across the country, although the housing prices in Shonan City are not the most expensive, they are definitely not cheap. In the central area of Shonan City, some housing prices even exceed 100,000 yuan per square meter. Dong Chen suddenly received 10 billion yuan, and the first thought in his mind was to buy a house. Why buy a house? Because buying a house is equivalent to an investment, and the housing prices will only go up higher and higher. Even if Dong Chen needs money one day, he can sell the house for cash, and maybe even make a small profit. So, after much deliberation, Dong Chen finally decided to take the 10 billion renminbi and go directly to the city center to buy real estate until the 10 billion renminbi was spent. It was almost noon. A bright red limited edition Ferrari sports car was parked steadily in front of the gate of a sales center. After the door opened, a handsome man and a beautiful woman got out of the car one after another. Vice President Dong, are you really planning to buy a house here? There seemed to be a hint of doubt on Li Yang's face. Har har, let's take a look first. If there is a house you like, just buy it. Dong Chen took off his sunglasses, revealing a sunny and handsome face. Vice President Dong, the housing prices here are not low. Any commercial house of 100 square meters is priced at more than 10 million. Li Yang still looked at Dong Chen with a suspicious look. Har har, I have plenty of money. Let alone buying a house here, even if I buy a whole office building, huh? Right. Why didn't I think of this? I can definitely buy an office building for fun. Dong Chen's eyes suddenly lit up, while Li Yang was completely dumbfounded. Didn't they agree to buy a villa here? How come they were planning to buy an entire office building? The thoughts of rich people are really hard to guess. Let us get back to the topic. As soon as he entered the sales center, a huge simulation sand table came into Dong Chen's sight. He walked over slowly and then began to observe the sand table. Li Yang followed closely behind Dong Chen, but her eyes were not on the sand table, but secretly on Dong Chen's profile. Patter, patter, patter. Suddenly, the sound of high heels walking came from far away, accompanied by a faint fragrance. Dong Chen only felt a figure flash in the corner of his eye, and the next second, a soft voice sounded in his ears. Excuse me, sir, are you here to see the house? This was a woman's voice, and the tone of the other party was very soft, giving people a feeling of tender whispers, so Dong Chen turned his head slightly to look over, but he was stunned in the next second. At some point, a young lady from the sales department came to Dong Chen. If the other party was just an ordinary woman, Dong Chen would not be stunned, but the problem was that the young lady in front of him. TSK. Her figure was too domineering. The young lady looks to be around 25 years old, and her appearance is definitely that of a top beauty, especially her charming peach blossom eyes and the teardrop mole under the corner of her eye, which makes her whole person full of gentleness. A small blouse, a tight skirt, black stockings, high heels. Although it is just an ordinary business suit, it perfectly outlines her perfect figure. The most important thing is that the girl is so proud of her plump breasts that Dong Chen is even very worried that the second button of her shirt might be blown off at any time. F grade. At least she is an F grade beauty. She has a seductive face and a devilish figure. What a charming and enchanting young lady with long wavy hair who is a disaster to the country and the people. Chapter 29, Spending a Lot of Money. Shonan City. Jingshu Longyuan Community, Sales Center. This should be one of the largest real estate projects in Shonan City. Not only are there various luxury villas for sale, but also ordinary residences, office buildings, apartments, shops, etc. for sale. Hello, sir. I am Yang Qian, the manager of Jingshu Longyuan Sales Department. I will be serving you now. May I ask your name? After introducing herself, Yang Chen immediately looked at Dong Chen with a smile. My last name is Dong. Dong Chen replied calmly. It's Mr. Dong. Would you like to sit in our VIP area? I'll ask someone to pour a cup of tea for you and this lady. Yang Chen made a gesture of invitation, and her expression was extremely respectful. Dong Chen came in a limited edition Ferrari, and he was wearing a valuable watch. His status must be extremely noble, so Yang Chen did not dare to neglect him at all. No need to sit down, just tell me about your property. If I am satisfied, we can sign the contract right then and there. Dong Chen doesn't have much time to chat with Yang Chen here. The black card is only valid for 24 hours, and every minute and every second cannot be wasted. However, when Dong Chen's attitude fell into Yang Chen's eyes, it immediately turned into an arrogant and tyrannical aura. Sign the contract on the spot. Every villa in Jingshu Longyuan is very expensive, and none of them is priced less than 100 million yuan. If Yang Chen can successfully sell a villa, she can also get a considerable commission from it. So, Yang Chen's eyes changed instantly when she looked at Dong Chen. It was as if she was looking at her father. Little stars, twinkling and shining. Mr. Dong, don't worry. I believe that you will be satisfied with our Jingshu Longyuan property. Yang Chen bowed to Dong Chen with a smile, and the deep cleavage on her chest was also revealed to Dong Chen. What the hell? The Somali Trench? Too deep. Jingshu Longyuan is built next to Xiangxi Lake. You can enjoy the beautiful scenery of lakes and mountains while sitting at home. At the same time, our Jingshu Longyuan is deep in the city, yet hidden in the city, and there are 20 villas in the community. Just introduce that office building to me directly. Dong Chen suddenly interrupted Yang Chen's endless chatter. Office building? And it's one building. Yang Chen was stunned for a moment, then suddenly she was overjoyed. She asked cautiously, Mr. Dong, are you sure you want to buy an entire office building? Yeah. Dong Chen nodded expressionlessly. Shock. Extremely shocked. At first Yang Chen thought she had misheard, but after getting Dong Chen's affirmative answer, her heart couldn't help but start pounding. Office building number 1 is located in the east of Jingshu Longyuan. The entire office building has 30 floors, and the construction area of each floor is more than 1,000 square meters. There is also a 3-story underground parking lot. The price of each floor of this office building is different, but the average price is about 80,000 yuan per square meter, so its total price is 3 billion yuan. After Yang Chen finished quoting the price, she looked at Dong Chen deeply, as if she wanted to observe his reaction. After all, this was 3 billion renminbi. Even the well-known wealthy people in Xiangnan City would probably be shocked when they heard this price. If the young man in front of him was just an ordinary rich second generation, he probably wouldn't be able to take the initiative to buy an entire office building. However, Yang Chen did not see any surprise on Dong Chen's face, as if the 3 billion was just an insignificant number. So cheap. Only 3 billion renminbi. After Dong Chen said this lightly, his brows slightly frowned. Damn it. It only costs 3 billion to buy an entire office building, so how should the remaining 7 billion be spent? What a headache. What about office building number 2 and office building number 3? Are they all the same price? Dong Chen suddenly asked again. Yang Chen was stunned again, and then she replied subconsciously, the prices of office building number 2 and office building number 3 are slightly cheaper. The prices of both office buildings are around 2.5 billion renminbi. Okay. I'll buy all 3 office buildings. Dong Chen waved his hand and made a shocking decision. Is an office building worth 3 billion renminbi considered cheap? Bought 3 office buildings in one go. Without blinking an eye, he spent 8 billion renminbi? At this moment, not only Yang Chen, but also Li Yang, who was standing behind Dong Chen, and the customers who were looking at the house around were all stunned on the spot, all petrified. By the way, how much is the most expensive villa here per pound? Oh no. How much is one set? Dong Chen was completely unaware that he had become the focus of the whole audience and was still calculating how to spend the 10 billion renminbi. Dong, Mr. Dong, the most expensive villa we have here, only costs 500 million renminbi. Yang Qian's speech began to stutter. Give me 4 sets. Dong Chen said without hesitation. Oh. Okay. Why are you still standing there? Go and prepare the contract. Mr. Dong, aren't you going to go look at the house? I'm too lazy to look at it, just bring the contract here. Oh, and pay in full. Having money makes things easier. After the 10 billion order was confirmed, the entire Jingshu Longyuan sales department was serving Dong Chen alone. After all the formalities were completed, Dong Chen immediately took out his black card and directly swiped 10 billion yuan. Their whole audience was shocked again, and everyone looked at Dong Chen as if he were a father. What is a super rich person? What does it mean to spend money lavishly? Look at Dong Chen, he is really good at pretending. An hour later, Dong Chen and Li Yang returned to their Vienna hotel. Just when Dong Chen walked into the office, he suddenly received a friend verification message on WeChat. So Dong Chen picked up his phone and opened WeChat. He saw a sexy female avatar with a friend request message attached. Mr. Dong, my name is Yang Chen. Please pass the friend verification. Dong Chen didn't think much about it and directly approved Yang Chen's friend request. You have added Yang Chen as a friend, and you can start chatting now. Such a prompt appeared in the conversation column, but Dong Chen did not greet Yang Chen. Instead, he clicked on her circle of friends to check it out. Ding dong. Suddenly, Yang Chen sent a WeChat message. Dong Chen didn't think much about it and just clicked on it and started reading. But not long after, Dong Chen's eyelids twitched violently, and at the same time, a strange expression appeared on his face. Yang Chen, hello, Mr. Dong, please forgive me for interrupting you. In fact, today, when I saw you for the first time, I was stunned because you looked so much like my first boyfriend. The moment I saw you, I couldn't help but blush and my heartbeat quickened. My mind was buzzing and even your figure was the only thing left in my eyes. I wonder if you are free tonight. I would like to treat you to a meal and express my gratitude to you for giving me such a large order. Emoji, shy. Oh shit. What's going on? My buddy actually received a love letter? Sure enough, no matter where a rich man goes, he will be popular in the eyes of women.